Tape, and he's definitely strong.
Yeah.
It's just that he doesn't have the motor all the time, so it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see how he turns. He's a fucking beast in the weight room.
Oh yeah,
Did you see some of that video?
Yeah, he's nuts.
They had to call the manufacturer of that one machine and have him beef it up because he needed more weight on it. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I was watching him do that. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Larry Allen's bench?
Oh, yes. Of course.
Dude.
Bro. Legendary, bro.
Yeah.
Legendary. That dude was inhuman. That dude was the closest thing to a superhuman we ever had.
Oh, yeah, he was nuts. He chased down, after fumbles, he would chase down, like, linebackers. Like,
bro.
Yeah, insane.
He was a freak.
Anyway.
We are sports, am I right?
We are live now?
Yeah,
we're doing. Hey,
we've been live for a little while.
Welcome to Xbox NFL draft coverage. We are going to have a great night talking some NFL draft, even though I've been out of it for a while. I've actually been keeping up a little
and I don't give a shit about sports, so
right. So Jasper's going to come with the great opinions on all of this.
Yeah, we were talking Cowboys draft. I was happy with their pick yesterday and today so far. We got a tight end today. So two needs.
Like them tight ends.
I like
them tight ends.
I need my tight ends. Appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for watching Xbox Ultimate. This is it. You have not stumbled upon Barstool Sports or some other podcast. This is Xbox Ultimate Podcast. I hope you are all going to enjoy this show. We got a lot to discuss here. We're going to have a blast. And this is episode 136 that we're on now. So getting on up there. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here live, or if you watch later, if you listen on audio platforms. Love you all. Thank you all for taking part in what we do. And you guys rock. So introducing this in really small panel for Ultimates right now. Everybody's gone.
I was gonna say, it seems like every time you add someone to the Xbox crew, it just the show gets smaller. It doesn't make any sense.
Because everybody's like, oh, they got plenty of people. Matt will be fine tonight. We don't need to show up.
Yeah, so that's right. I just rock with what we got. I mean, we can talk. You know, we got talkers here. I'm Psycho. I'm sure is busy doing drugs or something. I'm not sure what he's doing. 3 bits, animating something or doing something crazy. Bob just had a comedy show. He said he might hop in later tonight. So, Kate's doing stuff downstairs. So it's just three. It's just us three right now. But I think we can carry it. Carry it. Jasper, how you doing, man?
All right. Playing Star Wars. Help a friend 100% Dead Island today. So it's kind of what I've been up to.
Nice.
Not doing much.
Yeah. Nice. So how many?
Put out a Starfield video last night too. So check that out.
Did you really? Hey,
Yeah.
How come I didn't get notification on that? What's going on?
I don't know.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I think he put it in the DMs. I think, or did you?
Well,
not?
I just put it on
tweet
Twitter. I just tweeted it. You retweeted it, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I watched. I don't know if I watched it yet because I was like doing something when I tweeted it out. But I need to watch it. What was it about? Just Starfield stuff.
Potential like quest line maybe. Dealing with like the collector, like what you could do with that. I don't know.
Nice. Huh. Ooh,
it's interesting.
Some Starfield speculation.
Yeah. Quest line theory.
That's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the show, Fuzzy. I'm glad you finally made it.
Sorry, guys.
I'm happy you're here, man. How's it going, dude?
Not too bad. Just was playing what do you call them? Star Wars Jedi Survivor earlier today. Same thing with Last Case of Benedict Fox, and just been busy most of the early part of the day, and took a nap, and I was like, oh yeah, I got time, and it's like, oh crap.
Right on. Like, if you need to go back to your nap, your 9 p.m. nap or 10 p.m. nap, then you're more than welcome. No, I'm glad you're here though, man. So you played Last Case of Benedict Fox, the game that nobody's talking about really, but the people that are saying they really like it. So have you enjoyed your time?
I enjoyed my time, but I was like, well, let me give Star Wars a try, even though everybody's saying it's got like some performance issues, which it does. But I figured the best way to avoid the performance issues is just do uh, the quality mode or whatever you want to call it, and
Can't do that.
just play it like it's a movie, and it works. Even drops a bit with that still, but looks good. Plays decent so far. Haven't had any like major bugs. Just they just should have taken the extra time to let this thing be polished out or something like that. But that's about it.
Right on, man. Well,
but I feel sorry for the writer or the dev for Last Case of Benedict Fox because of timing.
Yeah,
as good as that game is, it's going to get buried.
Yeah, it is getting buried.
And the late reviews and the late, as we talked about last night, Matt brought it up too last night, the late review copies going out. So nobody reviewed it prior to it launching, which was a problem.
Yeah, they said it's a certification issue, right? So that would have been a game if they had a lot of reviews out there, it could have been celebrated if it were positive, and I think it would have been yesterday for sure. But it didn't happen. I put a tweet out there asking what's going on with that, and everybody said they got the review code like 2 hours before the game launched, right? So that's not really gonna cut it as far as being able to for these websites and stuff to be able to get their reviews done, or YouTube creators or whatever, however they do them. But it's still a lot of positivity about it. I'm sure we'll see those reviews start hitting at some point. Pong, how are you doing?
Hey, I just completed a Grandmaster level of playing Solitaire. So to get my Microsoft rewards, but I actually completed. Again, Grandmaster level, not my first time, but I got another achievement while we started the show. So that's what I was doing. So now I'm here. Hi, everybody. Great to see Fuzzy show up so it wasn't a three-man show. We now have a quad show, which is great. Thank you all for joining us tonight. What a week. This has now turned into the week of hypocrisy, which isn't the first time in this community or on Twitter that we're going to see that. But my God, did it catch my eye? Again, we started, you can name anything news story wise this week. We had the ABK stuff. There was hypocrisy about that going on earlier this week. We had, again, Sony subscription services are all now good versus Game Pass bad. When we saw the reports about the financials. And then today, Jedi Survivor. Again, you all know me, chat. I play games that have bugs, right? I play games. I enjoy games that have bugs. I'm not sensitive to them. They have to be very bad, or they have to be game breaking, or save. Hey, if you don't respect,
I will say I did have a Star Wars thing where it did that.
I saw you say that. So I'm cool with it. If you guys are enjoying Jedi Survivor, I'm all about it, right? I don't give a shit. That's fine. But I see a lot of MFers out here in the community who, when people like me were saying Cyberpunk 2077 was, decent on the series consoles, that I wasn't seeing the issues, that a lot of us weren't seeing the issues that everybody was. And of course, they went after the Yellow Chair Mafia for playing it on PC and having a great experience, which was a great experience day one on PC. PC for Cyberpunk was probably the best version that launched, but the series consoles were fine. And I was, me and plenty of people were saying, no, we're having a good time. We called out CDPR for what they did for the previous gen, all that kind of stuff. We gave them the smoke for it, but we said we were still enjoying it. The people in this community, same people today enjoying Jedi Survivor, we're out here saying, oh, you're all just capping. You're all just capping. Game's terrible. Game's terrible. It's broken. Why are you playing this game? Stop telling people it's good. It's not good. It's broken. Yeah, you're all out here today saying, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll play in quality mode. It's fine. It's good. It's Star
Life
Wars.
is good.
It's looking great. A few problems here and there, but it's not stopping me from having fun. Welcome to the club, folks. That's what I've been saying for a long damn time. Doesn't mean you don't call out the company for being kind of shady, and you don't call out the reviewers for being kind of shady when it comes to this stuff. Again, certain games get the get out of jail free card. Other ones, not so much. Funny how that works. So yeah, this is the week of hypocrisy, but having a great time playing Ghostwire Tokyo. Still having an absolute blast with that game. I did pop on the last case of Benedict Fox for about maybe like 40 minutes to an hour last night. Game's beautiful. It also allows you to set up your playthrough because, again, I'm not a Metroidvania guy anymore. I don't enjoy them that much. I try, but I don't. But in the difficulty settings and how you want to play the game, it does allow a lot of customization for accessibility options. So that's very cool. So this might actually be a game I put some time into because the story is freaking amazing. It is gorgeous, of course, as we saw in the screenshots and the gameplay trailers leading up to launch. So don't miss out on the last case of Benedict Fox. Don't sleep on it, especially if you're a Metroidvania fan. Definitely download this and give it a try. I haven't seen any issues as of yet, but again, I only played 40 minutes to an hour. But it is gorgeous and the story's cool and some of the concepts that they're doing are cool. Wow, that scared me for a second, Psycho. I didn't know what the fuck. I saw it out of the corner of my eye and I was like, whoa, wait, what are we doing?
Floppy white thing in the corner of his screen with his hand going like this.
I was like, last case of Benedict Fox has got Psycho aroused. All right, anyways, great to be here, brothers. Chat, you're all looking absolutely freaking fantastic. We're gonna have a great show tonight. We got a lot to dive into, so let's get down to it, man.
Yeah, right on, man. Hey, Psycho, did you just crawl your ass out of bed too, like Fuzzy?
No. I had some technical difficulties. I was up at the store and then forgot what time it was when I had to ran up to the store.
Difficulties.
Yeah, well, then I came back and I forgot that I unplugged the internet.
What time it was? Technical difficulties.
And I was wondering why I was getting no internet to the PC, and I was like, oh yeah, because I had bad thunderstorms last night. It was like 50-mile-per-hour winds fucking last night.
Yeah.
Here. Ooh. And I was like, yeah, ooh. Well, out of nowhere, no fucking notice, nothing. All of a sudden, high gust winds. I'm like, are we having a fucking hurricane? And I just now hearing about it, So yeah. Anyways, unplugged it. Then I was like, so I would have been here on time, but
yeah,
that was my technical difficulty.
Yeah, no problem, man. How are you doing though?
I'm doing great. I was playing a little bit of the Benedict Fox, and that game is fucking kooky. So
it's kooky.
It is fucking kooky.
Is it
I like it
and creepy and kooky? Is it
no, because it's one of those I want to say like Seventh Guest, Mist. We have to go find a certain item to unlock the door, or you need to find the code or the puzzle to unlock a drawer or another door. So it's one of those type of games so far.
Yeah.
There's some little bit of action, so that's outside of those style of games, but so it's like a mixture of like Seventh Guest and
Metroid. So it's not very Metroidvania yet to you?
Not yet, but it probably once I leave the house. I haven't left the house yet.
Okay, right on. I haven't given it a play yet, so but I've heard good things. I've also seen people say, "Hey, this is a beautiful game, but it ain't for me." Right? So the cool thing is in Game Pass, you can check it out if you're interested.
Exactly.
And see if you like it. It's one of those games that is, you got to look at it and be like, wow, that's gorgeous, But I don't think it's going to be for everybody, so we'll see. I haven't been personally super hyped for it, although I do like Metroidvania games, but I don't. The style of it is not usually my style, like the dark, style games and.
Yeah, it's like that Call of Cthulhu's
that's
atmosphere.
Yeah, there's a word for it. I forget what it's called, but
Lovecraftian.
Yeah, Lovecraftian style stuff.
Well, HP Lovecraft.
I'm not really big into that kind of stuff, with the style of games. But however, I do like Metroidvania, so that's what's going to get me to try it, and it does. It does look beautiful with the art style.
Yeah, you probably like it. So
yeah, and if you guys having problems with the. If you guys are having problems with the puzzles, There is an accessibility feature where you can do auto puzzles.
Oh,
So
is
if you
there?
wanna play through
I
the game.
fucking hate
Yeah.
No,
puzzles, man.
I like
Yeah,
to go through.
There's
I
massive,
want to find the
there's,
puzzle.
there's complex puzzles, man.
I heard there's a
Yeah.
lot of difficulty settings in that game. Like you can make it
Yes,
really
that's-
easy or
that's-
like really hard.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. The accessibility features are there, so if
Yeah.
if you're not interested in doing it that way, you can definitely turn it on and do auto puzzles. So
Yeah,
this
because
is all
it
the-
goes what like easy,
option.
normal, or easy, difficult,
Yeah.
or default, like, nightmare, and then
yeah,
custom.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts, but yeah, give it a try. And what else did I play? Have I been playing? Not a little bit of Halo, and I don't think oh, I started Soul Hackers today.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah, so I
Great
want to
game.
try that
Wanna get
out.
back to that.
Try that out and see how that is. And
Is
then
that
I just want to say
Game Pass
Come on.
still?
yes.
Soul Hacker?
Yeah, it's still on
Yeah.
Game Pass. Yeah.
Right on.
No, and we'll probably get into the stupidness that's on Twitter today or yesterday, especially
You mean
the
this week?
the social media manager of Square Enix and his stupid ass fucking post.
Can't believe you care anymore, Psycho.
I
The
love,
company's effed. Who cares? But it's not going to
Yeah.
change.
I know.
The company's effed.
Once Microsoft acquires them, it's gonna
Oh,
be all right.
God. Here we go. All
Did
right,
you
all
say
right,
like
all right.
something like these acquisitions aren't going to get blocked or something like
Yeah,
that?
the UK won't block you from. Basically,
Playing
the
some
UK
stupid
won't.
live
You don't have to
live.
worry about the UK blocking this deal. Go play
Yeah.
these games, right? Yeah.
On PS5 and
Does Square
Switch.
Enix understand the image that they have of being like
Yeah,
anti-Xbox?
They don't give a shit. They don't give
No.
a shit.
Oh no, they don't care until
They
they
don't
get until they get bought out.
They're looking at the Sony money bags sitting there on their desks. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
fine.
all the
Well, then
hundreds
why do they
of dollars.
complain about their fucking money all the time? Square?
Because it's not enough. Because it's not enough.
It's never
Because these
enough.
Sony guys don't buy games. Remember? Oh, I mean,
Apparently so.
We did actually get that. Yeah, that was funny today too.
I saw
People
that.
acting like that was made up, or that Xbox fan. J Rock was taking a lot of shit, of course, as he always does.
Yeah,
'Cause he's always
of course.
riling them up.
Yeah.
But
he
people were
is.
acting like he was just making that up, and they were
Right?
coming back at him like, "Oh no, the console sales! How are you ignoring the console sales? Yeah, Sony, of course, is failing." It was an actual article talking about what Sony themselves were saying. Like they were
Yep.
saying,
Yeah.
like we are seeing not a lot of people buying software right now. They didn't
Yep.
talk about the console. The console sale, consoles are selling like mad. They're planning on selling 25 million this year,
Yeah,
which is
They
insane.
broke a
That's like-
record for
Yeah, they broke a
all-time
record.
quarter for a console.
That's
It's insane.
fantastic.
I think they
Fantastic.
also put out their like lifetime total
Yeah.
game sales of like 2 billion or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
something like that. It's a crazy. They're selling like hotcakes, but that's not where they make their money,
No,
folks. If
they
you don't
don't.
know that by
Exactly.
now, I don't know what to tell you. It's on the games,
It shows
and they're
up on
saying
the revenue,
people aren't.
but there's not a
Yes.
lot of profit in that.
No, there's not. But here we are, and again, they're saying is we're seeing people not buy a lot of games. Well, that's a
But I-
fact. That's
But I
direct
thought
from
that that's
Sony.
all they do. They buy games. They
Yeah.
they buy the $70 games. They wish they were 80 because they're so good.
Yeah, the 1% of the community here. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I
they
know.
do.
Yeah.
But overall, you're still talking about again the average consumer.
We're about to be in a
Yeah.
depression. But hey, let's spend $80 on a fucking game.
It's funny too because you've also had this wave of games that have from third-party publishers that came to Game Pass day one, celebrating their success not
Yeah,
only
Wolong.
of the player counts but also their sales.
Yeah,
Um,
Wolong,
I
Everspace
wonder,
2.
like, because I know GameStop, like, when you return a game to GameStop and buy it used, like, it doesn't count for like a PlayStation
Correct.
sale. So, like,
Correct.
I'm wondering if
Right.
like, I know like a lot of PlayStation people I talk to, they're like, I don't buy $7 games. I wait for it to go down a little bit because I'm not paying $70. So,
Yeah,
like,
Right.
why they believe in
I'm wondering if they're
physical
just getting
so
it
much.
used, and
Oh
like,
yeah.
so like, people are still buying games. It's just
The
Sony
same
doesn't
not
see
20
that.
new.
people buy
They're
the
not
same,
buying new from
play
the
the
store.
same
Yeah.
copy of God of War Ragnarok, right? Like
Yeah.
it just gets
That
thrown around.
one-
And GameStop makes profit every single time. How do you think those fuckers are still in business? I mean,
Right?
Really? Like they're 80% digital.
Sony
sales
is
out
keeping
there.
them alive.
And you have these 20% of gamers still switching the same disc over and over again, and they also have almost all of them have fucking PlayStations, apparently, and play the one and done games. It makes sense, like if you play a game that's a story based game, you know what I mean? Like how many
You
times
beat
you
it in a
play
month
through that
and you get like
shit,
$50
you know?
out of it.
So you
Yeah,
buy it
their
for-
monthly active users went down too. Exactly what we've been talking about, folks. Why do you think Sony themselves is investing in 10 to 12 games as a service?
Yeah.
They understand these stats.
because
Yeah, but the
Minecraft
PlayStation,
has
the
more
the
monthly
president of
active
Sony
users
hates
than all of
games as a service.
PlayStation.
Right, right,
My Minecraft alone has more monthly active users than all of PlayStation.
right.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
But this is a hard concept for some people.
it doesn't make
unfortunately.
sense. Like this is why the console is not the end all be all for everything,
Right.
but it's this important
Correct.
factor. It means a lot.
Yes.
But
Yes, of course.
you've seen it's there. The interesting thing, because you have two business models from Microsoft and PlayStation, right?
Correct.
The financial reports were almost exactly the opposite.
Mhm.
Where you had PlayStation succeeding on hardware,
Huge.
Microsoft struggling on hardware. You had PlayStation struggling with subscriptions and
services.
content and services. You had Microsoft excelling in that, or not
Well,
necessarily
not excelling,
not
but-
excelling, but
Still growing.
yes,
Yeah,
but
still
still growing, and especially after a year like they had last year, right?
Right.
So when PlayStation comes out and they say that they only have one first party game this fiscal year, this fiscal keyword fiscal, they're not still cementing, but who knows? We'll see on Spider-Man 2.
Physical?
Fiscal.
You're saying that really weird.
Fiscal. Fiscal year. How am I saying that wrong? Fiscal.
Physical.
No,
Physical, not
fiscal.
fiscal.
No, not physical.
Not
Fiscal.
physical. Fiscal year.
The fiscal
The 13
year.
months?
The fiscal year, not a physical year. Fiscal.
Like, go get that dog out of your mouth.
F
an
I
ice cream.
F-I-S-C-A-L.
Oh,
That's when the camera's up.
Fiscal.
Fiscal.
This fiscal year, they.
Why we
only
hung up on
have-
fiscal, goddammit?
Jasper thought I was trying to say.
Because this is what we do here. Listen, hey, we just got a new speculator. So somebody enjoys it.
Hey, hey.
Jager Blaze Alex loves
Yo,
what we're doing
there
right
you
now.
go.
So we're going to talk about fiscal more. Let's
Shout
go.
out to Jagger Blaze Alex. Thanks for joining the speculators. Appreciate
Or
you.
is it
appreciate
Jaeger
it, bro.
Blaze? Does he
yeah, it could be
blaze
Jaeger
and
Blaze.
drink Jaeger?
Yeah, it could be Jaeger.
That's not. It's Jagger.
It's Jager.
Jaeger?
Yeah, it's Jagger.
Hey, I'm gonna have fun with it. Hey, you can't say fiscal apparently, so I'm gonna say it's fucking Jaeger, all right?
Jasper thought I
No,
was.
no, Donald J. Trump, not 69. It's not fisting year either.
Unless,
Oh my
unless you're
God.
psycho, then every year is fisting year.
Hey,
Oh,
keep
God.
my neighbor's wife's name out of your mouth.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Whoa, wow.
Listen.
Sorry,
Uh,
I didn't mean to go there.
Alvin with
Yeah,
a
you
$2
did.
super chat
Yeah, I
says,
did.
You show up late and then you
Oh,
start
God.
that BS. See, this is how it goes.
Hey, well, we're already fucking left.
I'm happy you guys are
Eat your
here.
ice cream. Eat your ice cream.
I already did. Goddammit.
Wait, before you guys showed up, we were gonna have a nice, tame conversation with me, Jasper,
Yep.
and Pong, and then
Yep.
Fuzzy came in here and went all
Yep,
crazy.
Fuzzy started it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fuzzy texted me like,
Not
"Yo,
my fault.
we were supposed to be on the show." I'm like, "Oh shit," and here we are. Bright-eyed,
Ray,
bushy
we
tailed.
don't know where this is going. You've been here long enough. You know we have no idea.
Yeah. Shout out to
We got a couple
uh,
super chats.
I know. I'm trying to get to. Shout out to Alvin with a $2 super chat who said, "Preach, Pong.
Alvin!
Loved Cyberpunk from day one." Yeah,
Thank you, sir. But we were just capping. It was terrible.
yeah. We
Nobody
were
should have been
dying
talking
for
about
the
that game.
clicks.
It was
We
lying.
wanted that cloud. Yeah. Chris Jones with the $2 super chat says, "Did I hear Microsoft acquiring Square? LOL." That's funny because Chris has been on that train for years. Again, thanks to Jagger Blaze Alex. Welcome to the channel. Then Tom from Toonami member for 4 months says, "When does this fiscal year end?" This fiscal, do you hear that, Jasper? It's fiscal year ends in March, I think, of 2024. But it could be, who knows? I don't know if they're just, that's because it's financial speak anyway, right? It still could be this year, but it will be late this year. Like they did date it that way, at least. Most
Oh,
likely.
shit. Vik The CLiCK in the house. Look at the man coming through.
Erodimus with the $2 super chat says, "This sounds like a great intellectual. Good work."
We
Thanks,
try,
Erodimus.
Erodimus. We try.
Appreciate you. And then Lord Ruffness member for 21 months says, "Redfall 30, bring it on."
Enjoy. Enjoy,
I hear
brother.
you. And then Vik the CLiCK member for 11 months says, "We need more members in this amazing podcast." Yeah.
And
We got
then-
some
Then
missing.
gifted.
Yeah.
And then he
Oh, wow. Then he gifted 5 Fun Speculation memberships. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
welcome to the Speculators.
Love you, Vic.
Vic and everybody that Vic gifted.
Vic's been
Sorry,
a
I know. I'm sorry.
speculator.
Appreciate you all. Appreciate you, Vic, for doing that. Chris Jones with the $5 super chat says, "I'd bet $100 they announced they are getting Square by my birthday, March 3rd." That's a strong
That's
bet.
a bold
Bold
statement.
That's
Yep.
bold.
What just happened was one of the gifted members now. What's up? What's just happened? Great to see you. AB got gifted a membership. Who else? General Spartan 27 got gifted a membership.
Nice.
Blackcarde Day, of course, got gifted a membership. And Big Mad Mo got gifted a membership. Welcome all to Speculators. Thank you, Vic.
Salute.
Appreciate that, brother.
Appreciate you. And then J Mac, member for 6 months, says, "Shout out to the Xbox Ultimate Podcast." Shout out to J
What's up,
Mac.
Jay?
Appreciate you. Yeah, so fiscal 2024 or 2023, first 3 months of 2024 are still in the cards, I would say, for Spider-Man or into this year probably. But we'll see. But they did say the only one first-party game, and to provide the same smoke, that ain't enough. That, you know,
No.
that ain't enough. That doesn't cut it.
No,
And
no factions, no games as a service, no nothing.
Xbox
shit.
technically had more first-party games in the horrible 2022 than PlayStation has this year.
It's false.
Well, you're not counting your
Pentiment.
PlayStation VR games.
High in life.
Yeah,
Oh,
VR games
Those
and
things don't count.
They-
Only like 1% of the people have one.
You're moving the goalpost, Mav.
No, that is
Yeah. 270,000 people are playing. it.
PSVR
I've
2
already-
is its own enclosed ecosystem platform. You can't you have to buy another piece of hardware to get it. It doesn't fucking count. It's its own
I know.
thing. I'm gonna say
And I've also seen them already throwing in Final Fantasy 16 as a first party and Stellar Blade. I'm like, yo, no, we're not gonna.
But-
Those are great third party gets, but we're not gonna throw those in first
it's,
party.
it's funny how they claim those are first party, but when Forspoken bombs, it's not
Correct.
first party.
Right? It's not.
Right?
Right.
So which one is it? Right? Are you claiming all the third parties are first party games, or are they not? Because I agree, it's PlayStation's business model. They're heavily focusing and relying on this kind of stuff, sometimes to their detriment, sometimes to their success, right? But if that's how you treat it, you got to treat it equally when they release shit games too that are third party exclusives, like Babylon's Fall, like
Destruction All Stars.
but that was actually first party. That one
That
actually was first party.
Yep.
Babylon's Fall, like Forspoken and stuff like that. Even though Jasper thought it was his game of the year.
But he
again-
played on PC. He saw
Again, they
it.
were due for one of these years, but that doesn't mean that we excuse it because again, they have plenty of studios. They knew how their lineup was looking, what their roadmap was looking like. They understand that they're
Mhm.
transitioning over to a different. They're trying to change their business model slowly but surely. But the fact is that with as many studios as PlayStation has, it's still unacceptable. Like they've been consistent, but to have a year where you got one coming out, no, that's not okay. And again, it's great that they backed it up with third-party support like they always do. That's fine. That's fantastic. But the fact is that one game, first party, is not going to cut it in a year anymore for anybody. Whether
Yeah.
it's Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, it don't matter. That doesn't cut it anymore. at all.
2022
Even if it's
is
a big one.
horrible for Xbox. Technically, they had
Yep.
Grounded release last year. They had As Dusk Falls, which was Microsoft published. That's first party because it was Microsoft Global Publishing. Also, there was Pentiment.
High on life.
Pentiment.
High on Life was not published by Microsoft. That was a third party game. But they had 3 releases from first party last year,
All small, but
all small.
yes.
3 small ones equals at least a Spider-Man. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, it doesn't. I agree. I agree. I'm playing.
But no, it is bad. We talked about this
Yeah.
previously, that if that was what's going to happen, and it looks like that's what's going to happen, they don't surprise us with one of their games as a service.
I
I'm really
think they have
shocked
something
smaller.
smaller coming out that we don't know
I'm
about.
surprised that they don't have
No,
one of the
they
games as a
they
service.
said. Oh, they said AAA.
Triple.
right?
Well,
So
I think-
then maybe they'll have something small. You're right.
Go ahead, Fuzz. What
No,
you
I
say?
think they're one of the games as a service that got leaked might be going back to the drawing board because people didn't really appreciate the Zero Dawn or the what do you call them, Horizon, Fortnite look
Yeah.
for their
Oh,
their
yeah.
service.
Yeah, they did not.
It's like, oh, you go from hyper realistic with the regular Horizon series, and now you got Fortnite Horizon, and yeah, I don't think they
And
want
that's the issue with having these hyper realistic games all the time, that if you steer from that at any point, that fan base will speak up and cry about it, because that's what they expect. They want these ultra realistic, beautiful games that they can like fucking whatever, take a fucking
that.
picture,
Photo mode, yeah.
photo
Are you
mode.
eating ice cream and Slim Jims, by the way? Is that
It's
what
a
you're doing?
Twizzler.
It's a
Oh,
mother-
Twizzler. You were having ice cream and then you ate a Slim Jim. I'm like, what is
know.
this diet you're on? Okay, all right, it's a Twizzler.
It's just, yeah, it's stoner
You're
food.
using
So,
it as a pointer, which was
yes,
I
yes.
know,
'cause-
he looks so intellectual using that Twizzler to just talk his points.
But what's weird is
No.
like I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this. Is like the president of Sony, whatever, came out and said that he doesn't like games as a service. He thinks they destroyed like the game industry, or whatever. But yet Sony's making 12 of them or whatever.
Yeah.
because
said it would
It's like
be-
what the fuck?
He made the point that if that's all you had, it would be,
Yeah, I know. It's
it
just
wouldn't
still
be
weird
good,
for him to
but-
comment. That.
Right.
yeah,
When they're making a
So-
lot. It's not like
Yeah.
they're making like 3.
they're making.
No, like 12, like almost a dozen. Like this is
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah, I
Like,
would
it is a little
honestly
strange.
probably say that one of the reasons they are light on releases is because a lot of the studios are harder work, and these games are going to take years to make, and that are these live service games probably as well.
yeah.
And a lot of them haven't done these kind of games before.
They don't have experience. They
So
don't have
we'll see
experience,
how it
but
works
yeah.
out. It didn't work out great for Crystal Dynamics when Square forced them to do that either, right? Like, so who knows how it's going to work with some of these games?
It hasn't
But-
worked out for Ubisoft.
That's true. They have struck out just about every time on that as
They
well.
put a lot of money and talent into those too.
Yeah,
No
for
doubt.
sure.
That
Takes a
they
lot
did.
of work.
All right. That was enough PlayStation talk for an Xbox
Uh-huh.
show. We're not one of those channels.
Not
But we have content for fucking years.
Yeah, we do. We do. ABK
Yeah,
has
we
got
do.
us set up for life.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
god.
It's the story that'll never end.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Kate's texting me. Tom from
Okay.
Oh, I thought you
yeah.
were stroking out live on air.
No, not yet. Tom from Toonami with a $5 super chat said, "One first party game over the next 11 months? Well. How the turntables."
The turntables. I love it, Tom.
Alvin-
Even if you didn't mean to do that, Tom, I love it.
I know.
All right, go.
I was gonna read it that way, even if he didn't say that. But he did. Alvin with a $5 super chat says, "As of today, Xbox has 23 studios, and Sony has 20. No excuse for small 2023 output for Sony, just as Xbox had none last year. Yeah, got to keep that same energy. That's right.
100.
Just like we're talking about Jedi Survivor, which is the next topic here. I have dabbled into the first area so far. I had about 45 minutes or so right before the show just to see these issues, performance stuff, and all that kind of thing that people have been talking about. So I had a performance mode. I turned off the motion blur. I turned off the chromatic aberration. Is that what it's called? And
Aberration.
And what is the other one? There's one more. Film grain, maybe. I don't
Fiscal.
remember
Yeah,
what it-
film grain.
Fiscal.
The fiscal. I turned off that. No, I turned off the 3 stupid ones that everybody should always turn off. And
Motion blur.
I had, I mean, there was definitely dips, right? And overall, though, like I found the frame rate to be like higher than lower. So for me, it was still better than 30, if that makes sense. Like I was enjoying the game. I didn't have a lot of like, oh no, this is horrible, I have to turn this shit off. It was really not even that much distracting, except for I had one issue that I don't know if it was because of my setup or if it was the game, which was a repeated audio cutting out issue. And I've seen
Was it
some
during
people
cutscenes or no?
it was during even the fucking intro, loading up of the game and stuff, which
because I saw that the cutscenes were having audio issues.
yeah, the notice it
and
was in
performance
and
issues.
out. Sometimes it went away, sometimes it came back, and it was like in and out. I went back and I changed it from headphone setting to like speakers setting. Didn't know if maybe that had something to do with it. And it went away for a little while, then it kind of came back a little bit. It would melt away, and then it came back. That's the most distracting thing I had. There's some weird stuff going on with some of the animation and stuff. Like if you just stand still and you do a somersault, your guy like almost looks like he's materializing, like in Star Trek. You know what I mean? And there's like this pixelation that happens at times that can be distracting, where the animation looks like it's like a flip book. Right. But overall, still, I was having fun. The combat was smooth and everything. I didn't have a lot of issues with it. I am glad, like you mentioned this earlier, Pong, about like, why didn't they scrap the performance mode and stuff? Personally, I'm honestly glad that they left it in, just for me personally, because I would rather play at that mode than the quality mode that still has slight dips and is at 30 constantly, because at least I'm getting sometimes a good experience. As opposed to playing at 30, it's an always shitty experience for me. So I was, for the most part, it was higher on the frame rate. And I don't know if it's because I have FreeSync in my monitor, if that's helping at all with some of the stuff as well. But it wasn't like, oh my God, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. It was more of like certain sections. Like if it panned out to like the city and you got a wider view, you notice a drop. But at those times, I'm really not moving, going crazy anyway, and stuff like that. It seems like where most of the action was for the most part smooth. So I haven't had a whole lot of issues. I will say that they probably should have delayed it a month, right? Release it in a better state without a lot of the issues. But if you're gonna release it, I'm glad they went ahead and did the performance mode. Like if Redfall had this kind of performance, honestly, I would be happier than playing at 30. Just being honest.
So
that's just me.
For me, I've played maybe like 3.5 hours of it. Played last night for an hour. The first planet you start on, I never got 60 FPS. It hovered between about 40 and like 55-ish probably.
Are you playing on PC? Are you playing on?
No, I'm playing on Series X performance mode.
Okay, all right.
And I know a lot of people, they're like, I can never tell when the frames dropping, or like they can't tell when the resolution's dropping. This game, it's like the clearest tell I've ever had of any game. Like, you know when something's wrong. Like if you start like running around as Cal or like swinging your lightsabers, you can tell that the resolution drops to like 1080, if not below. Cal, when you swinging your sword and run around, he's like Matt was saying, he's like super pixelated. It looks like almost like the start of a Thanos snap in game. So that is like my biggest distraction with the game. I'm kind of mixed. Like I want to play it because it's Star Wars, but at the same time, I'm like, I know if I just wait, it will be a lot better. Again, last night I played it for about an hour, got on this morning, and quick resume made my game freeze. So I had to quit the game and restart it. And when I restarted, I lost 15 minutes of progress. So there's that
this
going
is
on.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot, but it's not like the whole starting section. So that's kind of like my biggest problems. Second planet is a little better on performance. It's more stable, but you get bigger dips on the second planet, I've noticed. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. So anybody else here play Jedi Survivor? I know you did, Fuzzy. Were you playing on PC or on Xbox?
On my Series X. After hearing a lot of people even talk about the PC having issue, I was like, I will be pissed off at EA and not want to buy another EA game kind of thing if I purchase it on PC. But on Series X in quality mode, it dips. Graphically, it looks fine. I haven't bothered with the performance mode. I don't understand why they didn't delay it. Like, it's Star Wars. Why not release it on May the 4th or something? Like, not that week would have really, I guess, made that much of a difference hindsight wise, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels weird that as big as this game is, that EA would be like, you know what? Screw it. Send it. Just go ahead, ship it,
Right?
ship it now. We'll fix it later. Like, haven't you guys done that enough with like Battlefield and a few
That's
other
what I'm
ones, and
saying.
it kind of kills the momentum of the game, kind of thing? But
Yeah, they kind of said after Battlefield launched that they learned their lesson.
No,
Right.
apparently not.
had they?
They did. They got the reviewers all on the same page, so they did
Yeah,
learn
they-
their lesson.
They learned a lesson. They paid more for positive reviews there.
And that's another thing that I hate.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
and I had this back and forth with Mr. Badbit earlier on Boom Show. It's like the reason why it seems like these studios are okay with doing this is because reviewers are going to go ahead and say, okay, well, they told me that there's going to be a day one patch and this all should be fixed. It's like, no, judge the game on what you have in front of you and say, we'll revisit it after the patch. If it's a 5 because of the problems, it's a 5 today. And that will send enough of a message to these publishers like, hey, we better not send it out until it's actually
My
ready.
problem with that was like all the people that gave it 10 out of 10s, they never once mentioned fucking performance issues when they knew that was in the game. So it's like you're just straight up lying at the end of the day.
Because they were given the list, right, Jasper, ahead of time by EA and by Respawn saying, oh, we got a day 0 patch. It's going to fix a lot of this. So these are the things you can expect.
Yeah, how many times have you heard that?
Right. That, again, that's correct.
It didn't,
and
fix
it's
a
going to
lot
keep
of it,
on
that's for
happening
sure.
if they don't call them out on it. It just, I don't know. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Like it's not a 5 if the game is broken. This is the time where we should see the low scores because the game is broken.
Yes.
But
And that's the thing. And if the game is broken, then either they don't put out a review score and say they will review it at a later date when there is that patch, so they can
They
give
won't get
it
as
an
many clicks,
honest.
so they don't care.
I understand that, but when you lie, how credible are you going to be at the next review? People might remember it. Like some people might not give a fuck, and they just blindly believe that IGN thinks it's a 9 out of 10.
This is the problem that we talked about last night, right, Psycho, is that it's a double-edged sword for the reviewers as well, because again, this is an industry-wide problem, and this would have to be something that would have to be agreed upon from publishers down to the reviewers in order to get it changed to an acceptable, outcome at the end of the day. And that's just not going to happen because, again, the publishers and devs are looking at money, they're looking at marketing, they're looking at all this stuff. The reviewers, on the other hand, know for a fact now that, again, we are in this age, this digital age where everybody can review, right? If you have a phone or any type of keyboard, you can become a reviewer, and not everybody's going to hold the line. There are going to be people, even if everybody said, no, we're going to wait then, and we're going to review this after we see what the patches do. There's going to be those people that just put out videos and put out reviews, and they get all the clicks up front. And that's what's going to happen. So that's why I've called for a standardized review system where the industry comes together. They all agree upon a standardized review group that puts out official reviews of some kind that we could all say, okay, this is the standard, even if other people are doing reviews. Again, I don't know how it would work. We've talked about it on other podcasts, but the fact is this shows the problem because, again, this game got a pass. The Last of Us 1 PC port did not get a pass, right? The reviewers came out and blasted it for its problems, right? Blasted it. It was in the 50s. It's still in the 50s to this day. Here we come, and I'm not saying that Jedi Survivor seems to be as big of problems as that, but the people trying to play on PC, especially with the high-end cards right now, we're talking about the 40 series, are having massive issues. They're having real big problems. And this is where we wind up, like I said in the beginning, with the hypocrisy. And I don't know how to solve it. I don't have all the answers because, again, it's such a big problem for everybody that I don't know what the solution is unless we did have a come together and everybody agreed upon one thing.
I mean, you'd have to do like the Game Awards, but for every game.
Right.
Where you have like 20 people sit in a room and be like, this is what this game is. And that's not going to work.
Right. It's not going to work. And again, reviews are opinions and they are just whatever. But to everybody's point here, if you're going to do the review, you have to mention the problems, even if you're going to say to your readers or to your viewers, we're not going to deduct this score because of the problems, because EA and Respawn have said that they're going to have a day 0 patch, which is going to fix it. That's fine if you're going to do that, but you have to mention it. But like you said, Jasper, there's reviews out there that are really high that didn't make one mention of any issues. And there's no way they didn't have one problem. And again, I'm not the guy who says that you can't play this game and enjoy it with bugs. I enjoy buggy games all the damn time. It doesn't matter to me. I've capped for games. Like, again, that's what people call it, that are buggy, like Cyberpunk. But the fact is that you still have to be honest. If you're going to be a reviewer and you're going to be a professional, you still have to tell that to your audience that this is what's going on in the game. And even if you're not sensitive to those issues, like I'm not sensitive to screen tearing, all that kind of stuff, I would still say, hey, this is still in the game. It didn't bother me, but it's still in the game. So if you are somebody who does get, bothered by bugs or resolution coming down mid-game, all that kind of,
or even if you didn't see anything, just be like, you see this, the sentiment around the internet, be like, hey, people are saying there's problems, so you may run into something.
Yes, because
even
we've
if you
seen
didn't.
now. Yeah, because we've seen now what we could all be playing on Series X and all experience different bugs in some of these games now. Some of us don't have it. Like Battlefield for me was a totally different experience than what Mav was having live on stream. Like I was watching, I'm like, I haven't seen any of that, right? So it's crazy like that nowadays, but there has to be some type of, I don't know how we're going to fix it. But this is bad. Certain games can't get a get out of jail free card while other games get slammed.
What makes them decide which games get the pass and which games
That's
don't?
what I want to know.
Like,
it doesn't make sense, Mav. And the problem being, like we talked about last night, that you brought up, Mav, which is a great point. Again, the reviewers aren't going back and changing. Metacritic stays where it's at. OpenCritic stays where it's at. So if a broken game comes out and it's one of those get out of jail free cards, that 80 score, that 90 score is permanent, even if down the road they continue to patch it, but some of the problems still persist. That's never going to be changed. And people who don't know, again, that aren't in our community, that don't pay attention, that just look at the reviews, they're going to go pick up a game, and they might be one of those people who hate bugs, who buy a broken game. And then they're like, what the hell? What is this? That's what's shitty about it at the end of the day. Again, enjoy your game. I'm not telling you at all. Again, screenshots, even some of the videos look really great of this game. I'm all about that. Go enjoy it. But we got to find a way to be honest with, everybody about what's happening with these games. And we can't give passes to certain games.
Yeah.
We can't. It's got to be across the board no matter what. It really does.
And so here's another interesting thing. It's another fucking Unreal game, right? We're talking about this beforehand. Does it seem like there's a trend here, these Unreal Engine 4 games just having not being able to be optimized very well? Because it's repeatedly, time and time again. And why wasn't it put into Unreal Engine 5? This is just now releasing, right? Unreal Engine 5 launched a long time ago at this point now. So why can't they push it in? It was supposed to be, remember, it's so fucking easy to move your games into Unreal Engine 5. It's just magic. It just happens like that. Well, how come a game's releasing today in Unreal Engine 4 and it's unoptimized and other games have the same problem? Redfall has the issue. Gotham Knights had the issue, right? And it's not the only games that have had the performance issues with Unreal this past year. And what is going on with that?
Hogwarts.
This is why Hogwarts Legacy. That's why I don't want every fucking game to be made with the same shitty engines, because they all have problems. Marketing is one thing. It looks impressive. It's crazy. Yeah, tech's moving forward. This tech is going to be amazing. It's going to do great things for games. But yet, you see the fucking problems we're still getting here, right? So there's no easy answer with that.
If they went to Unreal 5, the game would be delayed, and they would know that they would be losing money at the end of the day because they would have to wait longer to get the game out. And that's just where it's at.
And it could be that with a Unreal Engine 4 optimization might not be the same for Unreal Engine 5. Even though they said, yes, it's drop and click and boom, you're done. I think there's a lot more involved with utilizing UE5. So I think that they can't have, possibly, they don't want to put the extra time to optimize it for UE4 if they're going to UE5 and it doesn't use that same work. So you're doing all that work for nothing pretty much if you're going to 5. So I think they're putting at a state where it could run until they're working on if they do the UE5 next gen upgrade, if that's where they're going to go. And then we'll possibly see a performance, optimization update, and everything's hunky dory.
This game's not going to UE5. Like maybe next console generation, but it's out. It's Series X and PlayStation 5 only. There's no reason for them to upgrade it now. It's out. Like,
yeah, why did they do it before it came out and then just wait to release it till they're able to take advantage of all the features of UE5? I just don't understand that stuff.
This one was a quick turnaround. EA wanted a quick turnaround, obviously, because this is only about 3.5 years, right? So again, Jason Schreier did a big glowing article from Respawn about how crazy was it compared to other studios. How could you make this game? Well, obviously they cut corners. So in this game specifically, I would say if Respawn had the actual full dev cycle like we've seen other games, 4 or 5 years, they probably would have had this smoothed out by that point. But again, they're not going to do that because EA, as a publisher, which we know damn well, even within Zampella we trust, EA still has a calendar, still has a timeline, and they are pretty hard on those deadlines. Like, no, you're going to hit this. We saw this with Battlefield, even though the devs themselves went to upper management, and we just talked about this, that they supposedly learned their lesson. It's still EA. They don't learn their lessons. They want money. They're pushing it out the door on time. Marketing's already set. They've already spent millions of dollars. This is it. And that's what EA does. The devs went back to EA for Battlefield and said, we need 6 months minimum. Give us 6 months. And what did they say? You guys got what? Yeah, exactly. You guys got weeks. So I just don't think, I think this is an EA problem with this one for sure. I really do.
Yeah. Same thing with Cyberpunk.
If they went to UE5, this game wouldn't be out till like 2 or 3 more years because they would have to learn UE5. Even if they made it in UE4 imported it, they would still have to re-verify all that code again. So that's probably
I get that.
Delay.
The thing I'm talking about is like the bullshit marketing from Unreal about, oh, you can just move your games over and all that kind of stuff. And I just want, like, we listen to that stuff so much from all of these things, and it's like, hey, look what this is going to do. We're going to have all these Fidelity FXs and VSX ABCGs in these games and all this shit. But yet, where are we? We've got unoptimized fucking janky-ass games still launching this year that are high-profile AAA releases, not using the latest tech again, having optimization issues game after game. So where is all this stuff that we've been talking about for 4 years now, almost 3 years?
It's because a lot of marketing's bullshit.
I agree.
This is where it is. Okay, this is where it is. It's Hellblade 2, Fortnite, whatever Coalition's working on, and what do you call it? State of Decay 3. That's where the UE5 games are at right now. And you notice they're all on Xbox, not on PlayStation. So.
And we're not getting any of those till next year, except Fortnite, which is already out, and that's made by Epic, so they had internal resources already.
Yeah,
of course.
But I think they could have delayed Jedi Survivor.
Hellblade could be out at the end of the year if they want to, but we'll see. But still, again, at the end of the day, Xbox has UE5 games. And don't forget the whole UE5, the demo was only possible on PS5. Yeah.
Well, I know
where's
a lot
that,
of the
where are
Xbox
those games?
first party, like Unreal Engine, like
yeah. But I'm just saying, where are those games at there, Sony?
For me, like,
where are those UE5 games?
I don't know how the tech works. For me, the best engines, RE engine, a Decima engine, like you got fucking id Tech. Yeah,
Snowdrop.
Forza Tech, Snowdrop.
Slip Space.
Creation Engine. Creation Engine is janky as fuck, but it's capable of amazing things, right? Like, there's so many great
Slip Space is amazing.
Slip Space is amazing.
It all just comes down to time. The time you have to make the game and put
it
into
doesn't
it.
matter what fucking engine they use. Maybe some of them are easier to use or whatever, but like, it just doesn't automatically make games good. This is my whole point.
Cryware. Cryware is a good one.
Crytek.
CryEngine?
Yeah. CryEngine. Was it a Cryware?
No, CryEngine is the name of the engine. It's
so what's Cryware? Is that a different engine? Or
Never
a different
heard
company?
of Cryware.
Cryware? No.
No.
I see it all the time.
Cryware?
Maybe I'm hallucinating.
When you have your mushrooms. Yeah, Crytek uses CryEngine.
Yeah, I know.
What engine is Dead Island using?
Cryware.
I think they have their own thing for their gore system or whatever they made.
Yeah, they got that patented now. The gore system is patented.
Yeah, but
So-
with like overall base engine, is it Unreal or something else? Because people keep, I just got it. I haven't had a chance to dive in yet. People
It
keep
says
talking about
Unreal
how
on
polished it
Google,
is.
so
So Unreal 4 probably then, right?
Yeah.
Like they did a good job with. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't-
Unreal
yeah, that's a
4.
co-op game that's untethered too.
Yeah, it comes as we've learned. It's time, it's
Time,
resources,
time.
it's talent, and it's talent. It's dev talent.
Yeah, it just-
some again.
It takes you 10 years like Dead Island 2.
Well, yeah, well,
I'm just kidding.
Went through 3
Yes,
studios
I know.
too, but I'm just saying that's why you do see a difference between Coalition and other studios when they use Unreal. It's just there is some talent. There's obvious talent is a big
Much-
part of it, and how much you get out of that engine. Different devs get certain things out of the engine that others just don't.
Yeah.
And that's why Coalition goes and helps. That's why Coalition goes and helps Epic to make a Matrix demo, because they can do things that even Epic themselves can't do. Right? It's one of those things. So.
For what it's
Sorry.
worth, again, like the issues aren't enough to keep me from enjoying the game.
No,
Right.
and they should.
I'm gonna play
they're
in
not that bad,
performance
play
mode.
it.
People
Yeah.
got it pointed out and mention it in the reviews. If you mention other games performance issues and stuff like that in your reviews, right? Vik The CLiCK with a $2 super chat says, "Was told as kids, see something, say something." I think that was regarding something else, Vic. You're
Stranger
muted.
danger.
You're muted.
Stranger
Pong.
danger.
You're muted, Pong.
Yeah, I know I'm muted. That's when I was talking about the reviewers needed to say what's
Yeah.
happening, what they're seeing, right? That's when he popped that in there. I think the other big thing is, and again, you know, Respawn's response today, and I'm just gonna bring this up before we can move on or whatever else, because you know, we're giving the same criticism we have to other people, but Respawn's response today was unacceptable.
Yeah.
From my perspective. The fact that they came out with a response, great. We've seen tons of studios do this stuff. Unfortunately, we've had to. This is the age we're in, where studios come out and apologize for their games not performing well, and they'll fix them. But the fact that they came out today and only solely focused on the PC, and I know the PC is having massive issues.
Yeah.
But the fact that they failed to even mention all the people that spent money on this game for consoles, and failed to even put in like one paragraph to say, and console players, we understand that you're also experiencing problems. Trust us, we are working on that as well, and you will continue to see patches roll out, and we will get it right. The fact that they didn't even add that in there, once again, console players, second-class citizens, because one of the big things is we can't pirate our games, and they're so worried about the PCs people and them going out and playing the game, but in a different manner where they don't get money. It just shows through time and time again. And I just was disappointed in a dev team like Respawn. Again, I love what Respawn does.
The funny thing about that is,
Yeah.
like, I was watching a guy who was like reviewing Star Wars. He's like, this is what it looks like on the 4090. And he went to swap in another graphics card, a lower tier, just to like see what it runs like. His account's blocked because he switched hardware. He can't play the game anymore.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
What?
How does that
Wow.
happen? Why did I don't
How does
understand.
that-
Because EA is trying to lock it so you can't share the game out to your friends. Like, you just share your account, so they lock it to your hardware.
So if you upgrade your
I did not
PC,
know
you get
that.
banned from playing the game? Like,
Yeah, unless if you play it on that original hardware that you launched the game on.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
so what about games that people I'm so confused about this. Hold on. So like, let's say I own the game and 5 years later I get a new PC.
Maybe there's a key that will expire and you can like redo it in a couple months, but as of like, and I guess it may be like a term window, like you can only play it like on this hardware for this, and then after that term it will expire and you can do it on a different hardware. But as of right now, you can't switch systems to test
Wow.
it anymore.
It's fucking weird, man.
That is very strange, bro. That's
Talk about
that's insane.
That's worse DRM than fucking Xbox had in the 2013.
Right. That is crazy.
That's
That is crazy.
I don't understand. That's crazy. That is crazy. Fuck, I don't
Well,
hope your graphics card doesn't blow out after you buy the game. Jeez. Damn. That's good. I
yeah.
don't know. That's interesting, man. All right.
it is
So
interesting.
hey, y'all want to get into some juiciness here?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's been a thing.
Fuck the CMA. Fuck the CMA. Fuck them. Fuck those bastards. Those douchebags. So that's a bunch of what is it? Tea drinking. I'm just kidding.
Crumpet eating, biscuit biting.
Crumpet.
Beans on toast, motherfuckers.
Shout out to all our UK friends. I'm just messing with you, but fuck the CMA. I gotta say, you know,
fuck the CMA.
We're like the NWA. Fuck the CMA. Whoop whoop. Fuck the CMA. Yeah. So I gotta say,
someone clip that, please.
I gotta say that we were all misled by many industry insiders and analysts and financial magazines and journalists and experts and pundits, industry pundits.
Highly
strike
paid
again.
Experts.
They had me so confident. I declared 100% that this deal was going through. I like last night on the show, I officially came off my 100% train on that. So I no longer am at confident. I think that there's a chance still, but CMA did throw a whammy into this whole ABK acquisition with Microsoft, and it's interesting to see what's going to go from here, right? We don't, and that's what we all don't know. We do know one thing: Microsoft is saying they're not bowing out. They even announced another cloud deal this morning.
Yeah, they did.
I was like,
full steam ahead.
What? Like that was like
in the UK as well, right?
Yes.
I think it was just EU.
It was the EU.
Was the EU?
It was from Spain, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
At least they're doing it with, you know, the EU. Like, oh, we still got the EU, so let's, you know, make sure we're still on their good side. Because if they still pass it, then they can, you know, deal with the FTC and get through that, and then wait on the CMA either. Because I think, are they allowed to close and then wait on CMA, or do they have to keep this thing going?
They would have to renegotiate and do a bunch of stuff to do that, which is interesting.
If they close, but if they close,
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can close unless they renegotiate the whole contract.
Oh, okay, because they put it in the contract that CMA needs to approve it.
Yeah, that's also China. China was in there too, so it's interesting. Like they may have had to renegotiate even with China, the China aspect, because nobody knows what's going to happen there anyway. But besides that, depends on what they want to do. Like how far is Microsoft willing to go, right, to fight this? Are they can just keep renegotiating extended until they approve it, or they're
waiting for the EU decision and then they'll make their argument.
That's
there.
what I think now. If they get shot down from the EU, it's over, right? I was listening to Xbox 2. Rand said that several times. I agree with him 100%. If the EU comes out and they say no as well, then it's done deal.
Yeah.
But
there's no point. The big three are saying no, so it's like whatever.
Right. If EU says yes, then
they know they get a win in the FTC.
Exactly. So then it's just down to the CMA. And at that point, how do they handle that situation? And that's the question, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly have no clue how they would handle the situation.
They either they appeal, of course, and then, or what you mentioned is that they rewrite the contract, not having the CMA, and then the fan base will fucking speak up and be at their door with fucking pitchforks. And then the UK government, I don't know if you saw that Foo's patent post I put down, that they that a lot of the tech businesses, I believe, are like worried now for
that's
dealing business over
I think
in the UK.
That's Microsoft's key to get this deal passed is the prime minister. Because I was like, last night at the PM team, I was kind of looking him up. He's part of the UK's Conservative Party, so he's a little more tech friendly, I would guess, towards big tech. But also, he laid out plans for the UK to invest like 1 billion euros or whatever into the tech sector in the UK, and Microsoft's starting to pull that out. So like, he obviously doesn't want that, and he knows if that happens, that other techs are going to pull out. So
exactly,
that would kind of hurt that plan. So I think if they could convince him to jump on the CMA and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? I think that's their way in. But
Yeah, they would probably he can't. I don't think they could do anything per se, but he can be. Listen,
He can
look
be
at
like,
this.
hold the fuck up.
Look at this. Go back over it. What is the real issue? Can you guys work out a deal? Because if our economy tanks because you guys don't want to do this fucking video game deal, he's gonna. I wonder if they would go back to the EC and say fuck the CMA.
Yeah,
because they were technically part of the EC and then they branched out as their own and had the CMA because I think that was their whole big thing was big tech and they were going to kind of be independent
because of
and try to
Brexit
be this
thing. It's all because of Brexit. They had the UK had their own regulatory body at that point. That's the CMA came in as like the CMA already existed, but there became that for them, right? So the thing is, I think because of how that whole thing went down, there's not the proper checks and balances in place, right? To have a entity like the CMA that basically the recourse is like, hey, think about it again. Like it's just it doesn't
rethink it.
Hey, let me go. Like Pong was saying, you were saying last night, like it's like taking it to the principal. If you get a wrong grade on a test and taking it to the principal and saying, hey, can you look at this? And the principal saying, yeah, then maybe you should look at it again. Then you take it back to the teacher, and they're like, no, I graded it right. You're like, oh, okay, well, thanks. Fuck me then. All right, have a good day. Right? Or the principal could change the grade. You know what I mean? In this case, there's no fucking principal.
No, they can't. All the principal can do is tell the teacher to look at it again.
Right.
The teacher
look at it again.
No, I looked at it right.
Yeah.
No, look at it again. I'm telling you, you're going to look at it again until we get it right. All right.
Yeah.
Fuzzy. I want to hear Fuzzy's thoughts. Fuzzy hasn't chimed in here in a while.
Oh, no,
I'm thinking fire sale, man. I think it's the one thing that I
this is why I want Fuzzy coming in. I love this.
It is fire sale. Just like the CMA pretty much made the decision that we originally thought that they were going to make. And I guess they realized that they couldn't get away with the whole console thing. So they still made the same decision they wanted to make and blame the cloud, even though it's a small market.
It's a little cloud.
It's almost non-existent as far as, really having competition in that space. Yeah. So I think it comes down to, will Activision be able to, maintain after this deal, falls apart? Or are they going to start closing studios? Or are they going to start selling stuff off? I mean, the normally what they will probably wind up likely doing.
First, they're going to let go
layoffs.
of a couple thousand people. Yeah,
yeah, and that's the sad part. It's going to start off with layoffs. Then they're going to go back to the salt mines of making Call of Duty every year. Maybe after 2024, Xbox can get the marketing, but I don't think that would be enough at that point. I think it's going to come down to, okay, share prices are still falling, even though Diablo does well. That's great. It might be one of those things where it's like, okay, well, does Activision get dissolved and Blizzard King is the resulting company because those are the parts that are doing fairly well at this point in time? Or, I don't know. I don't like the way the horizon's looking because the CMA kind of basically made it so I won't say it's impossible to get around it, but it's a steeper hill than it was to begin with. And fire sale, I think, is probably the best course of action. So we'll see what the shareholders say if the share price drops below 70. If it does, as this continues, even after the EU approves, yeah, I think that's the inevitable.
I just want to chime in, and I want to say I wish I was a fly on the wall in Satya Nadala's office getting that news, because in his little Indian accent, getting pissed off. Can you imagine him? Goddamn motherfuckers!
Yeah, I don't. Is he Indian or is he what nationality?
Yeah, he's Nadala. Satya Nadala is Indian.
I wasn't. I don't
know. Not Native American, but no Indian from India. I know there's people when I say Indian, they don't know what nationality. So
Yeah. You think Satya was
India.
pissed? I think Satya was.
Oh
probably pissed.
yeah,
I mean, I think
He was
the
very
whole
pissed.
He was
Microsoft
like,
fucking
Let us
tops were
compete,
pissed.
CMA. Let us compete.
yeah. You saw how vigorous he was doing those freaking videos. Imagine getting blocked from UK, and then yeah, I mean, there was already bad blood between India and England already, so you know that's probably another thing that he's probably like, you motherfuckers. So, I mean, if anyone watched Marvel, what is it? What is her name? Miss Marvel,
Or you could just, watch history.
Yeah.
or that. But we're talking, like I like to watch Marvel stuff, so
Yeah.
more easier to consume.
We got some super chats to get to.
Ain't ready to learn.
Vik The CLiCK said with the $2 super chat, appreciate you, Vic. Said it before, but 1776 was so long ago. UK, we won. Oh shit! Hold on, I had missed one. Yeah, Tom for Toonami said with a $5 super chat. This is just the UK getting back at us for the whole revolution thing. It's like, bro, let it go. We're bringing up fucking American Revolution shit. This is great. RWK.
We threw all their damn tea into the ocean.
You got rid of our good fucking tea. God damn it! We want the fucking.
Why do they sound like me?
Well, I don't know. Those are from Kentucky.
RWK88 with the $2 super chat says, I'm sure Bobby threatened King George also. Stay high FFF with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you said. If I'm not mistaken, the Prime Minister can overturn the CMA decision if it affects national security, which Brad Smith alluded to in his video yesterday. So that's the interesting things here. Like when I talk about like, I don't really know what direction they go. Part of it's going to come from what the UK government actually says about this, right? What threats Microsoft may be willing to make regarding
Didn't
their
Bobby
business.
Kotick or someone say that the Prime Minister approached him after the deal was blocked or something like that?
The prime, they said something
Or
like
wanted to
they
speak,
wanted
something
to
like
Yes.
to talk about this issue, right?
Yeah.
The spokesperson for the Prime Minister said that.
We gotta talk.
So what is that? Does that mean that they're gonna just, oh yeah, we'll take care of it? I don't think that's what that means, right? But
Yeah.
No,
but it is
but they can make a plan.
It opens that door.
right. It
It
may
opens
be
the
like,
back door and they slide right in.
it may be interesting that it's not, the thing is like, it's not over, right? And to a lot of people, it is just done, right? And it's over when Microsoft is not willing to keep going forward, or if Activision Blizzard King is not willing to go forward anymore, and they don't renegotiate that contract with Microsoft, right? One of the two happens. If they continue to fight, they can extend this thing out for years if they want to, and fight and do whatever they want to try and do to get it through. The question is like, if that's what they want to do, right? And it seems like it right now. Right now, if you were to look at it from the language and everything they're putting out there, it's just like they're saying we have to fight this. Right, they're going to fight it. They're going to continue. They're still announcing these deals, saying once the deal is complete, this company is going to get Call of Duty for 10 years and stuff like that. So they still want to do the deal.
Well, the deal that was announced today was probably done a couple weeks ago.
It probably
like before its
could've
decision.
been.
Yeah.
Who knows? But there is going to be avenues that they can take. Again, like you said, Jasper, a lot of it is going to come down to what happens with the European Commission, right? If they say no go, then that's all Europe at that point. You know what I mean? You're fucked at that point. You got the UK, you got the EU, and you're not really gonna change a lot of those minds. And at that point, then Canada probably goes along, and at that point, you probably have some of these other countries that kind of align with whatever they say. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But we did get another approval yesterday was it Ukraine, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
That
whatsoever.
one that actually kind of surprised me
Did
because
it?
as much influence as we have over them, I was surprised they didn't just go with the FTC's and UK's decision.
But
'Cause-
Microsoft is also helping Ukraine a lot as well.
Yeah.
With their
But it's just
national
like-
security as well. So like there's things like at play, and this is where it becomes interesting. I was listening to Xbox 2 and Jez made a lot of great points because he was on a long rant about the CMA and about the UK government. I have no knowledge about how the UK government works. I love everybody in the UK. You guys are all awesome, except for whoever made the decision at the CMA. You suck ass. Besides that, he was making some great points about, this is a very complex political issue here now, right? Because the weight that Microsoft has goes into the political side some because of the national security aspect, because they are a partner of the UK, protecting them from cyber attacks and stuff like that. The same thing that they're doing with Ukraine. So there's a lot of stuff there at play, and Microsoft has some weight with this kind of stuff, right? They maybe have a little bit of leverage. I don't know how it's going to play out. The UK can't just say CMA change your mind, right? But
to be fair, like I don't think the Ukraine's like really giving a shit about the decision right now. They have a lot bigger priorities to focus on.
What games?
Then it's like, who the fuck cares? Yeah.
They did make a deal with one of the Ukrainian cloud companies. Was that the Boosteroid one? That was Boosteroid.
Yeah, I think
right?
so.
And they've helped out Stalker 2 a lot too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Canadian dev company.
I just think overall, I have no fucking clue what's going to happen now, but it's going to be extremely interesting.
That's why I'm like
close in June.
That's why I'm like kind of like 50-50 on the EUs, because I know that like we've seen where like our government and the UK government has been communicating with them in the back end on this deal. So it's like, are we just like kind of conspiring to like just block this whole fucking thing?
Yeah, I don't know. There was some possible collusion between the FTC and the CMA, with the LenaCon meeting with the CMA people a week before this came down. And at that point, things seemed to, I guess, surprise Xboxes and Microsoft's. The decision was a surprise to Microsoft, right? It seems like. So something might have happened at that point in time at that meeting. I don't know. Will they be able to prove it? No, but they have been confirmed that they did meet, which is not supposed to, like in the UK. I don't know if that's against the rules, but here, depending on what they discussed, there's some laws around that, right? So I don't know if the FTC can get in trouble for that, if the CMA can. It's an interesting thing here. There's a lot at play, and this is one of the most interesting acquisition type things ever, probably because of what's going to happen down the line now. We've been following this as gamers, right? Like as gamers excited about Call of Duty or in these games coming into Game Pass and all this kind of stuff. But even like beyond that, beyond the gaming scope, this acquisition merger attempt by Microsoft might have more implications than a lot of other ones that I've ever had in the past over what goes on business-wise in the future in a lot of these countries. Because if the CMA can dictate globally what happens for everybody and could just shut down big tech deals or big deals, whatever they see fit, and based on some bullshit little thing they picked out of a hat, like, hey, we'll pick the cloud and make an excuse out of this thing. If they can shut down global acquisitions from big companies like this based on that, then it's like anybody's business moves are up in the air at that point. Nobody knows what the fuck they can do, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So this is very interesting what's going to happen here, and for this reason, I think Microsoft needs to fight it out, because these rules need to be clearer and need to be set, and there needs to be new potential recourse or checks and balances formed out of this potentially.
Well, I mean, we have the rules and laws here, but that didn't seem to matter. So.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, so at that point, does this keep happening with businesses where it's a trend where businesses to stop doing business with the UK? You know, I mean, like, there's a lot at stake here, and that's why the UK government might actually have some say with this thing as well. Because what's best for the people and best for the thing, maybe the CMA's lost their way, right? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I think we
like
just have to start.
Agent. They're a fucking rogue agent, man. They've gone
I
crazy.
think what happens is you just have to start honoring the fucking laws that are set in place in the country, and you can't just say we're not going to follow them now because we don't feel like it. Like, you have to actually follow the laws to make that happen, and we're just not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the UK law, you know.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like here specifically, but
Yeah, for sure. Chris says I did miss it. Hey, $5 from Chris Jones. Appreciate you, Chris. Says time to make a diss track on the CMA, like Ice Cube did with the song "No Vaseline," or like Tupac did with the "Hit 'Em Up." LOL. Make a CMA diss
Oh,
track.
Vaseline. What the fuck?
Great song.
I appreciate you.
Great
And
song.
Oh,
John TJ with the
All right.
$5 super
I'll have
chat.
to listen to that. See, no Vaseline.
Psycho's so confused about no Vaseline.
Yeah.
No Vaseline.
He's like, who the hell does that?
He's like, what? I'm gonna get a
what kind
rash.
of crazy motherfucker does that?
My ex-girlfriend.
Whoa! I wasn't looking for answers. I wasn't looking for
Our
examples.
Xbox Live party chat conversations cannot go into this.
Our DMs, okay?
Keep that.
Oh, I got stories
Keep
to
that.
tell.
Keep that in the storage room at AutoZone.
We
okay?
don't need your stories.
Drawn TJ with the $5 super
But
chat.
the chat wants to know.
No, they don't want to know. Psycho. They don't want to know. It started Twitter Spaces.
Nobody wants to
let
know.
you get banned on
Psycho After Dark.
John TJ with a $5 super chat says, I was in Mike Mullis' stream. I stopped by to say hi, and I told him I was heading here. He told me to tell you he says hi. Everyone hit the like button. Hey, appreciate it. Shout out to Micah, the OG NLG podcast. And thanks, John TJ. Donald Trump wants to know in the chat. I'm sure you do. You sick bastard.
I think you missed a couple super chats above that.
Did I?
Yeah, RWK had a $2 one and Stay High.
No, I got
one.
those. You were just
Oh, did you?
And space. You were thinking
were-
of Starfield
okay.
videos.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Somebody hit me up in the DMs today. Brad Smith's first phone call to the UK. Right? Makes that phone call to the Prime Minister and says, boy, that's sure a nice economy you guys got going over there in the UK. It would be a real shame if the cybersecurity that protects it just happened to go down, wouldn't it?
Bailed
Due to
breaths.
maintenance. It's down due to maintenance.
It
Oh,
made
you
me-
know that fucking stock market upgrade we were doing this
yeah,
year?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we got I guess we lost a shipment in the middle Atlantic. I guess we're
Yeah.
not getting those.
Oh, damn. We just found some vulnerabilities, but they're on the back burner to be fixed.
Our
You might want
servers
to
went
be
down.
you might want to be careful with your trades.
Our servers went down. No trades today. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, something went wrong in the cloud.
Yes, the cloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were going to use all
Hey,
these
you guys
new Call
wanted
of Duty
competition?
players
We're
to power
pulling
up.
out the cloud completely. You can go hire a small company to take over. Go ahead. Go ask Boosteroid to take over your stock market. Yeah.
You want to do how many trades today?
Yeah, we only allowed 5.
It's time for Phil to bring out that, mafia side of him. Just go like, hey, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. You know what I mean? I don't know where they go from here. Pong, you got what's your best bet? Like, I heard you talk about the different possibilities, but if you had to guess, what is Microsoft going to do now? What do you think they could do?
As far as what, to try to fix this? They're
To
just
try
going to fight
and get
it. They're
ABK
gonna,
approved.
they're going to
What's their
fight it
avenue?
all the way. They're going to fight it all the way. They're going to turn over every single stone possible. They're going to look at every single potential scenario, whether crazy or, something more realistic. They're going to look at them all and they're going to weigh every option. Again, this deal and the precedent that it sets is so gigantic.
Mhm.
Like you said, Mav, not just for Microsoft, but for the tech industry as a whole going forward. But when we're just looking at Microsoft Corporation, not the Xbox side of things, and Mav, I know you said we talked about this as gamers, but we've also talked about this from the Microsoft Corp side of things and what this means when they look at the future. This deal is so big. Again, this is the biggest deal in Microsoft's history. People don't understand what that means when you're talking about $1 trillion company. This is the biggest deal in their history for a reason. And it's not just all about gaming, right? This is, again, something, obviously, there is a lot of gaming to it, but this goes beyond that. That's the only way Satya would get the board, get the shareholders majority on the same side with this kind of deal, is that this is something that's going to help Microsoft. So I think this is such a gigantic proposition for them that they are going to look at the crazy type of scenarios and what it would cost them. Obviously, what the risks involved would be. And I think they're willing to go out even further than they already have on this limb and take even bigger risks to make this deal happen. And I think that's exactly what's going to go on here. Again, this is assuming that the EC does approve, that they know they've got the win in the FTC over here, which they do. It's in the bag. Even if they got to take it to the Supreme Court, they'll win eventually. So if the EC approves and the CMA is the only thing holding this deal back, I think they go all out. I think they pull out every single stop possible to make this happen, whether that's mafia style, whether that is divesting themselves potentially from the UK, or at least starting the process to say we are serious here, and hopefully having somebody step in and apply pressure to the CMA, to apply pressure to CAT. Maybe this happens sooner, so that when they do appeal, that CAT automatically does say, yeah, this is irrational, look at this again. And then the CMA will be getting the phone calls, the private phone calls every single day going, when we say take a look at this, we mean take a look at this and make a different decision. And I think that that's exactly what they're going to attempt to do. Again, the political side of things, unfortunately, has now entered this industry. It's here to stay forever. And we're going to see more of this stuff. And like I said last night, the precedent that's being set here, Microsoft has a obligation at this point to fight this all the way tooth and nail, even if they lose at the end. That they have to fight this and poke holes in this entire system that is currently being deployed against big tech, which could easily be deployed in other industries as they see fit, because it is not based on fact and law. It is based on ideology, which we don't need any more ideology, especially trying to tell businesses how to conduct themselves in the world when there's not a problem. Again, I'm not sitting here, cheering for monopolies or anything like that. No, there are times to step in when businesses go too far. But to take us from a place where innovation, which costs a lot of money most of the time, again, we talk about innovation when we talk about indie devs and what they can do that the big devs can't do. But in big business, innovation generally takes big companies with a lot of money and a lot of power to push things forward. That's what Microsoft's been doing. And for something like this, ideologues to come in and use their position to hold an industry back or to hold a company back from pushing forward an innovation, that's a problem. And again, Microsoft has got to poke as many holes as possible, even if they go down and defeat at the end of the day, so that the next fight that comes up, which will happen, whether it's Microsoft or it's somebody completely else in the industry or another industry, can come in and have ammunition ready to fight that next battle that's going to happen if we continue down this road where regulatory bodies, the main ones, obviously it's not worldwide, but the main powers that be, the ones that do control everything, which we now see, do not start this whole one world regulatory body thing where we're going to have people that don't understand these businesses that they are studying and looking at and investigating. They don't understand a damn thing about them, are going to start making decisions based upon emotions, feelings, ideologies, political siding, whatever the case may be. We can't have that for a bright future in many spaces. We got to see growth and this is holding it back. So I think Microsoft has to go down. They have to go down fighting, swinging every single haymaker they can throw. They've got to do it right now. They have to.
Is the CMA being used as the FTC's puppet to gain the power that they don't have?
Or is the FTC being used as a puppet?
I think what happened was that possibly with the CMA and the FTC, LeSaCon, they could be talking, and hey, you know what? We don't have a case at all, but if you block it on cloud, then we could block it on cloud, and everything's great. And then we can have a fighting chance because then you guys are doing it. But if they find any type of communication, paper trails, like me and Pong were saying in DMs, if they find a paper trail of any type of conversation being had about the outcome of this case, I believe that is not legal from what oh my god, Hogue Law, I think he mentioned it. Foo's patent, he also mentioned it. And Michael Proctor, is it Michael Proctor?
Pactor.
Pactor.
Yeah, you said
I
each
believe
one
he
of their
mentioned-
names slightly wrong, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right. It's how I remember.
LeSaCon, Foss patents. What was the other one that he
Foss.
said?
I think he said Hogue Law, right?
He said
Yeah,
Hogue
he
Law.
did say Hogue.
Okay,
He did say
you got
Hogue.
it.
Yeah.
Hogue.
Hogue's the man.
There
Hog,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
No, I don't know what he has, but yeah. So I think that I believe that's what's going on. I think something was said in conversation, and then it kind of snowballed and got out of hand.
But the thing
And-
is, by the time that our government gets around to investigating Lena Khan, she'll be out.
Oh, yeah, but the thing is that they have mentioned if they see, I think it was that one representative that said that if LeSaCon, what was it?
Lena.
I'm trying to think. God damn it,
Lena.
Lena,
Lena.
You said Lisa.
Lisa, fuck,
Yeah.
cunt, whatever. They're all the same.
Okay. Lena.
We're all thinking
Yeah.
it. Sorry. No, Lena, if she was had any ties with, like, because the Japan and the CMA, I think she said something about how it could be fucking bad if she was involved with meddling in their affairs, then that's not good for her.
Well, no, because it's against the rules. It's against the law.
Yeah,
Right. They're
But
not
then-
supposed. They're not supposed to collude with other regulatory bodies.
Correct.
They're not. They can have
And-
meetings, but this started long before this deal came up. Right when Lena Khan took office, she already had that idea in her head that they should collude, that they should talk about these deals that come up. So I already think that those meetings started happening long before Microsoft even showed up on the scene with this deal.
They were probably doing it for other deals anyway.
Right, for other deals, or they were
Yeah.
already prepping, like laying the groundwork for if something like this came up,
Here it
how they
is.
would handle it, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
That should be
So-
like so like against the law,
It is.
period, to
Absolutely.
even meet and to
But
discuss
it is, though.
anything. Well,
But
they said
that's the
open
thing.
litigation is, but like not like if there's not a law that says they can't discuss these deals because like they can influence each other's decisions based on like
Yeah,
you're supposed to look out. The FTC is supposed to look out for American consumers,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
The CMA is
not
supposed
anymore.
to the CMA is supposed to look out for the UK consumer, right? And that's just how it is, right? The ECs, your European, the EU,
Union.
right? All the regulators are supposed to look out for their
own country.
jurisdiction or whatever, like EU is multiple countries, so you know what I mean. Whatever they're in charge of, they're supposed to look out for the consumers of that. Okay,
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to be organized and orchestrated. And if you have somebody that has different powers, right, because they don't have as much fallback or whatever, they don't have as much recourse against them. as many checks and balances. There's not a way to sue them and all that kind of stuff. Can be utilized by another regulatory agency to say, hey, you should side with us because you know what, we want you to, because we're going to lose, but you can do something. You got the power.
And that will stop the whole damn thing.
Yeah. So that's a dangerous game to play. And that's not
what is this fucking Hunger Games?
The American consumers shouldn't be dictated on the CMA.
No.
Right.
Well, I think this is probably
deal, right. I get that.
This is probably how other countries feel about America. To be honest, they're like, "Why the fuck is America influencing our country?" Like,
correct. Oh no, absolutely, Jasper. Again, all this sucks. Big government sucks. Everything sucks. How everything's run. Okay, it's shit because it's all about power. It's all about control. It's all about money. It's all about politics and agenda. That's all it is. And now it's invaded video games. Because it's Microsoft that's involved. Again, that's why.
Simple
Thanks,
thing,
Sony.
Microsoft.
Sony.
Use all your fucking. Sony had nothing to do with this one, actually. Because this is all the
Well,
cloud.
if they didn't make a stink, then
Sony Sony lost their whole issue. Like this was all that they were grasping at. The only thing they had left.
They helped. Yeah, like I said, they were useful idiots in this.
They snowballed this into where it is now.
Some of it, yes, but they've opened up a Pandora's box for themselves.
Yeah, like I feel like Sony did way more damage to themselves than they've actually ended up helping the CMA at all. Like the CMA ended up grasping onto something that didn't even fucking involve PlayStation. Like it's absolutely crazy. Now with the whole thing though, it's like I'm wondering, like, can Microsoft just spend all the money it takes, whatever, to just fucking do the deal without the UK getting the benefits of it? Where, you know what I mean?
I'm wondering if like they can just like say, like, is there a way to just say like fuck the CMA's decision and just take the fine and just keep operating there? Like,
Luke Steele says no. Luke Steele says
because I mean like
the government would have to be the one to shut them down, though, right?
They what?
Would the government be the one to have to shut them down if they started to do that?
Right, but the government is held bound by the CMA's decision. That's part of the ruling, right? So it's separate from the government, but that's part of the reason why they did this. So yes, it would be forced. But the only thing that I can think of, the only thing I can think of,
though, you think, like,
right? That's the question is what they would do. But the biggest thing they would have to do Activision would have to pack up shop, pull everybody out that's in the UK completely, devs, everything. They would have to close up shop, move their whole entire operation out, and then potentially, they could say, screw the UK, we're not going to do business there anymore. But again,
if the
what you do, I got it, Microsoft. I thought of the big plan. There's a website that sells like a 1 foot plot in Scotland that you can get your lord on. So you buy a bunch of those plots and you just move all of Activision there.
Hey, right across the border, right? What's the closest thing?
Activision, Scotland.
What borders? What's Jasper's our geography expert here? What borders the UK that's part of the EU?
Not Ohio.
Well,
no, I know it's not Ohio. Right. So what's the closest thing though? I know. Yeah, I understand that. But so
it would be France. It's just across the English Channel. It's like 11 miles.
Is there a bridge?
There's a tunnel.
Okay. So all right, the tunnel. Thank you, geography expert. So
what was
you just move ABK in France? You put it there, right?
Tom said Ireland,
and with Ireland, it's put a huge
because Northern Ireland's technically part of UK and it borders Ireland.
Build a fucking huge monument in Ireland, okay? That's visible from all of the UK, from across the pond, okay? And you have this like the biggest building ever that says ABK on it, and spit ABK and have like a video game theme park, Activision Blizzard King theme park there as well. And then
Disney,
like just like go all out and just rub it in their faces as much as possible.
Chad, don't take any of this talk seriously. Okay, this is like the worst ideas in history right now from all of us. I'm including myself.
Okay, what you do? Another idea. You import a bunch of sand just offshore, and you build your own island. You call it Microsoft.
And then sharp freaking laser beams on its head.
Because there's trade deals in place too that we don't know,
Yeah.
like the specifics
Yeah,
of. There's
fuck
trade
them.
deals
Yeah.
that prevent this. Yeah, just fuck them all. Exactly. Chat, don't listen to this shit. Okay, this is not serious talk. Right?
Trade deals.
Yeah.
We don't need no
We
stinking
don't need
trade
no
deals.
America.
We go in fist first.
We invade the UK and we just take them over the ABK deal.
Start a war. All right, we're gonna give you the real Call of
Microsoft
Duty,
runs
bitch.
UK.
We park a couple
Hey,
nuke
we never
subs off the
forgot about
coast of the
We never
UK.
forgot about the revolution. We just waited 300 years to attack back.
Drones start dropping bombs on the CMA. Oh my god! Don't target any military. We want the Competition and Markets Authority.
We just want the CMA. That's it.
We go with special forces and remove the entire CMA.
Put it back over their head, duct tape, and fucking pull them out into Ireland, and like, I got you now, bitch. Can I answer a question? Did you collude
We're
with
gonna
Lena
waterboard you.
Khan? Did you collude with Lena Khan?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It can't be Guantanamo. What we can call it then?
Yeah, Jason Mack says wars are going from oil to video games. That's right, damn it. Number one entertainment industry in the world. It's big time now. We're going
From
in.
oil to silicon.
Freedom for video games. The American way. Let's go.
Freedom. Hell yeah.
America.
America, fuck yeah, coming to save the motherfucking day. Yeah.
You don't fuck with our Call of Duties.
What
Man.
do you think, Fuzz? We're on the right track? Go to war?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, my big thing is I'm kind of surprised they're not talking about like removing Lena Khan from her position. It's like, okay, so you colluded with foreign entities in reference to advisory or either advising them or accepting advice from them, and that goes against what you swore to protect and uphold. So you're out. That should be an easy done deal to remove her. But yeah,
No, they're like the fucking pussyfoot. You know that.
I don't know. It just corruption. Just, and I won't say it's just corruption. It's just ego and I guess this attitude of, oh, I'm going to make the rules my way or bend them to my beckoning kind of thing. It's annoying, but
Yeah, they got the 1/16th Cherokee Indian bickering in their ear.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
I like our theme park and war ideas better, Fuzzy. I think it's gonna have more results.
That should be the next Call of Duty setting. Activision
The
Blizzard
CMA?
should say, yeah.
CMA map.
Going into the UK.
And Lisa Khan is over.
Not
She's the
Lisa.
baddie.
Her name's not Lisa, and she's in the
Oh,
FTC.
whatever. The cunty bitch over there, and you know they come in guns ablazing.
So we have to kick her out of the United States first. Make her live in the
Well, I
UK.
think she was born in Britain, I think.
Oh,
She said it for
she's
like
a
11
dual
years.
citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
well,
looking
no
her up
wonder.
last
Hey, that's
night.
more collusion.
London's calling.
You're not allowed to have both bloods, and
This is getting worse.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled.
UK's gone rogue.
She's-
Next Call of Duty.
UK rogue.
CMA Rogue Edition.
Oh my god! And
Uh,
don't forget the CMA edition. And then if you-
Amit
and then-
Kumar says, "What is even happening? I have no idea."
We're planning to take over the UK just so we get this deal approved. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Phil's too nice.
No
for that.
expenses spared. Yeah, no. let's go.
But like the funny thing about this, like Microsoft would be the ones funding the war. It wouldn't be the U.S. government. So it's like Microsoft would all of a sudden become an arms dealer.
Yeah.
well, I mean they have all the computer
Tech.
software
They got the
programs.
tech.
So.
Yeah, we've gone from making video game wars to real wars. Bigger money now.
We're only
Fucking
attacking
Phil Spencer
regular-
puts on an Iron Man
regulatory.
suit.
Yeah. I'm War Machine.
Oh man.
Mm.
Yeah. Fuck the CMA. Anyway, yeah. Shout out to all of our. If I've offended any of our UK friends out there, I am 100% joking. I love you all. There's so many.
No, they
great
probably fucking
UK
agree.
people
All
here
right,
that
they probably
listen
fucking
and-
agree with us.
Yeah, just saying, like, joking. This is all joke. Us ignorant American pricks. Anyways,
The war should be fought over with drones and elite controllers. That is right. But what happens if the RB button fucking
Yeah,
sticks?
speaking
in
of
place?
which-
What if you
speaking of
got-
Can't fire your missiles.
Wait, wait, wait,
what
Dropping
if
wait.
you got
bombs.
stick drift? What if you got stick drift in the middle of
That'd
it?
be, yeah, the drones is off.
You fuck this
Speaking
elite
of
controller.
controllers, speaking of controllers, did you guys see how petty Sony got today with the Jedi Survivor ad?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, they
Oh.
cut
Did
out
you
Mark
see
Hamill
that-
holding an Xbox.
Yeah,
controller.
they cut it, they spliced it so you can't see Mark Hamill holding the Xbox controller in that commercial.
Wow.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, bro. I
Interesting.
couldn't believe when I thought somebody was completely joking. Like I saw somebody post it and said, "Oh, they cut out the Xbox controller." I thought somebody was completely joking. I actually went to it, and yep, sure enough, they moved the screen so like it's right on Hamill's, like right inside of his head, and you can't see his hands at all. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
That was a great ad, by the way, too. I enjoyed that ad.
Yeah, that was a good ad.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I did like it.
And when he's throwing
Use
the
the
popcorn at him,
force.
and he goes,
Yeah.
"You know, I really can't use the force." That was freaking amazing.
that was great.
It was. It was a really well done ad. Oh,
What
man.
what else happened this week?
Armored
Core 6 trailer looked cool.
Oh, that was
Um,
amazing.
Yeah. What else
Um,
was there besides that? There was I
Oh,
don't know. what
Forza
else-
with their what do you call them? Accessibility features.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the blind
yeah.
gamer. That was really fucking cool when I saw that. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Because of course, not many people know, but my son is visually impaired. So when I saw that, I was like, "Dude, that is fucking sweet." He gets to play at least one game, and you know, and it being a driving game, that was really cool. So
Yeah.
that's just something that I don't see a lot of studios
Sega
really
came out
implement.
today with their earning report too.
Oh, and
I don't know.
yeah, we had the PlayStation financials and Microsoft financials this week. Sega, yeah, Microsoft financials were surprisingly not as bad as we thought. We did talk about it a little bit earlier, where content and services are still up, and I think that's a good sign of things to come for Microsoft and their investment in gaming after last year, going into this year with everything they have in store for us. So you have also seen a lot of games come out with good news. Like we talked about earlier, Wolong had 1 million in sales. High on Life had a lot of success as well. And there was another one I think that came out recently, and a developer talked
Dead
about.
Island, 1 million players or whatever,
Yeah.
or 1 million sales.
Yeah, there was that. What was the game?
Everspace
That's
2.
cool.
Everspace 2
Everspace 2.
developers.
Yep.
Yeah, talking about
Yep.
Game Pass. It caused their game to even
Mhm.
sell on
Game
other
Pass.
platforms as well. So
Yep.
lots of reasons why that this Game Pass, which people used to wonder, is it sustainable? Is people are finding out, hey, this is a very successful way to market and put your games into a service and still get people to buy them. And also, it's working for Microsoft financially as well. Because if they didn't have that, and they didn't have all these other games that are making all this money with all their like monthly active users and everything, then it would have been a lot worse for Microsoft this past quarter or with the financials and stuff. So it's only going to get better from there. We got a long road of games that are bigger games coming out soon now. You got Redfall, Starfield, Forza Motorsport. Then you're going to go into 2024 with a lot of different games potentially as well, maybe 3 or 4 more from first party. You got all these third party deals still happening. We have the showcase right around the corner. very good momentum right now. Besides the ABK deal, if you're Microsoft and if you're a Xbox gamer, so there's a lot to be excited about with all that.
Huge.
Sega's financials, I didn't see that. What was
Yeah.
were they up? Or
Yeah.
down?
Yeah, they were
Quite
really
a
good.
bit.
Doing really well.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer now. That's the next acquisition, more than likely. I
mean,
saw the
if they're even
numbers.
selling at this point.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think so. I think they will. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like holy fuck, they're doing Capcom kind of numbers, but they are doing good. What was it? 2.60 billion.
Yeah, something like that.
I
2.6.
Yeah.
wonder, well, I was going to say, I wonder if some of that has to do with Persona coming to Xbox and some of the other games that,
Mhm.
you know, missed the
they-
platform now being, you know, in Game Pass and available.
Yeah.
They get kind of like a new life and people being exposed to them.
They mentioned Persona 5 Royale sold an additional 1.5 million copies, I believe it was.
1.7
Wow,
million.
really?
1.7. Yeah.
This
Nice.
past
As of
quar-
March.
in a quarter or a year?
It says it's Persona 5 remaster 1.7 million as of March 2023. So whatever that means.
The
Well, it came out,
Royal
again, it came out last
remaster.
year. Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out last year. So yeah.
Yeah.
So a little
So,
over a
yeah.
quarter, Matt.
Here's their earnings. Revenue 2.60
No, it would be
billion
quarter.
plus 21.4%. Operation income was 331 million. That was plus 48. So they almost doubled in operating income, but they grew 0.21, 2.6 billion. So they fucking made a killing. And then, as they said, Persona 5 remasters 1.6 or 1.7 as of March. Sonic Frontier sold 3.2 million as of March. Strong back catalog sales, shipped 27.89 million software units in the fiscal year of 23. And come on, you stupid computer, why aren't you working? And then forecast to ship 14.1 million new titles in fiscal year 24. That is 10.89 million in so I guess
23.
10.89 is this year, strengthening the IP mix and cross-media promotion, and revive and scale globally recognized IPs by reforming it to fit modern demand. That is a big one. Revive and scale globally recognized IPs.
Yeah, we already know.
So
yeah, that's what they're part of their initiative, right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
Dragon Force or Shining Force.
Oh, we already know Jet Set
Jet
is
Fit-
coming. Jet Set is
Jet
coming.
Fit, yeah,
Crazy Taxi is supposed to getting redone.
Crazy tacky.
exactly. Crazy tacky. Those taggies.
What
Crazy
else
And
could they
then-
bring back from Sega? Alpha Protocol. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot, anything that's globally known. So globally known
Oh,
would also be
okay.
like,
Well, the Alpha Protocol's not very well.
Alphabet. I wouldn't put that
Yeah.
up there.
No.
but
But they
like
could
Shining
certainly sell
Force,
that IP
Yeah.
back to
Shining
Xbox.
Force, Dragon Force.
Dreamcast.
No, god damn it. But yeah, it's just really strong numbers from Sega where
Oh, yeah. They're doing
people didn't
fantastic.
think they were going to do anything. So they did good on their aspect, but I definitely see them. I mean, they did 2 billion, 2.6, so 2.5 billion in revenue. So I can see Microsoft Pi like, hey, guess what? Come on, be our Xbox of Japan.
Well, obviously, and Rovio is going to help them even more. So Rovio coming
Yeah.
in is going to be great for them. Again, it solidifies their entire operation, gives them the three fronts that they need: mobile,
Mhm.
PC, and console. They've got the transmedia. They've obviously done well with Sonic. Bringing it back, they can expand Sonic even more. There's, Sonic Adventure still is out there that they could certainly take what they learned, from the Sonics and put it back into a new adventure. There's a lot of different.
They have a
routes they can
movie
go.
coming out every year that just
Yeah.
keeps Sonic alive
Just
and
keep Sonic alive.
relevant.
And it's still again, even before they did the movies, Sonic was still up there as one of the most recognizable characters, right alongside Mario and Zelda. So there's no reason why Sega is not on the right path. Am I calling this a Capcom situation? No, not yet. but I think Sega's kind of figured it out after they divested themselves of Sammy and kind of just refocused themselves directly on the video game side of things, whether that was to be acquired down the road or if it was just a business move. It seems like them operating that side, the video game side, by themselves without the Sammy stuff thrown in the mix. As far as their leadership teams go, really seems to have focused them, and they've done a great job. So Sega's definitely on the way back. Can't wait to see what they do. I mean, their PC side, you know how solid that is. So they're set. They're really set for the future right now with where the video game industry is going. Again, that's why we talk about if Xbox was to make a move, they align perfectly with what Xbox is doing. And I think they're using Xbox's knowledge. That's why they cut a deal with them to help to kind of make this path into the digital age, and it's working. So hats off to Sega.
Be interesting to see what happens with that in the future. If the thing is, if they aren't able to get ABK, they're making a big deal about the small cloud market. They can apply their reasoning to every publisher,
right,
or every developer or anything. You know what I mean? Like, well, but you can put their games in the cloud and they have no understanding of how the cloud even works. Like, they don't even understand about the basics of the cloud based on the information that they put out there, not understanding about how the transactions work or any of that kind of stuff. Like, it was just like ignorance written through the pages. So it's interesting to see. And, would that prevent the Sega thing from going through? Or anybody else that they decide to acquire. For those reasons, they got to fight this again. I agree with you when you say.
Or they just have to find someone that doesn't really operate in the UK. I guess would make it easier. But
they would still want to sell their games in the UK. So
I mean, I get that's true, but you could always just like not sell whatever that company makes in the UK that you buy.
Yeah, they could do that with Call of Duty though, and like ABK games, right? Like. Now, but I don't know. That's what they should do. Fuck them. They don't. I'm just kidding, UK gamers. I want you to have your games too. Tom from Toonami hit with a $2 super chat earlier. Said, "Am I a puppet?" No, I do think the CMA is being used as a puppet though. And whether it's to the CMA's like benefit or the CMA is trying to also think that they're taking advantage of whatever as well. Like ultimately, I think it's their power that could be being used by the FTC, because the FTC doesn't have it on their own. Too many checks and balances for the FTC.
Yeah, Kalanita Talos. So
we'll see what happens, but I think that Sega would be a great fit. It's great to see their financials are good. It's crazy though with all this stuff. Like the big success for PlayStation still again was the hardware. But everything else was not a huge success, right? With the year that they had with selling all those consoles, you would have thought all those other numbers would have been up significantly.
Just imagine if each person that bought a console bought a game.
They did with the bundles, technically, Fuzzy.
Right.
So
yeah,
but
true.
no, we know the casual market is still buying PS5s. Sony PlayStation is still the most popular console out there outside of Nintendo, and so the casuals buy it and they play Fortnite and they play Madden and they play Call of Duty and they play FIFA. They're not buying first party games.
Yeah,
they're not
3 games a year, and they're not subscribing to a lot of services either.
No.
So, but when they see Call of Duty being in Game Pass, Madden, 6 months later, maybe. Now, if they came out 3 months, I think that'd be good for Game Pass. But like sport games almost should be day and date, because on the back end with the MTX, they can make so much more money.
Sport games should just be games as a service, and they should update it yearly with new rosters. That's
exactly. I mean, we know
it's
that.
not going to happen until people stop buying them, and people just continue to buy them.
I'm sorry.
Full price. Yeah,
I didn't buy the show.
You did not buy the show, no, and you have not pumped money into the show either, which is great.
Yeah,
that you know of.
I have not.
Oh, he said last time he did not.
I've been.
He admits, because he admits. Man, I forgot to ask you on the show with the team building. Do you wind up with older players, or is it all new players?
No, it's
Or do you get
both.
some of the classic
Both.
players?
Yeah, they have
It's,
both.
Do you?
Mix.
And-
Yeah, I know they
there's-
got both. But
And there's different
just curious what
programs
yours
you
is.
can do that are kind of highlight different things and stuff constantly. So like my team right now, I got a Johnny Bench as my catcher.
Oh, freaking nice. bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then I got
Calimera.
like
Babe Ruth is my hitter.
no, it's my hitter. They're all fucking hitters. Okay.
Designated hitter.
I got
DH.
like Johnny Cueto is one of the pitchers, but then I also got like Mark Mulder, right?
Mhm. Nice.
Then let's see, there's Catfish Hunter as one of my pitchers.
Nice.
Yeah. Then I got
That's pretty damn cool, man.
yeah, new
I got
new
Cy Young.
players like Francisco Lindor and Marcus Simeon from the Rangers. And,
This is
like,
where I know none
Adolis
of 'em.
Garcia. Like,
I know older
yeah.
baseball players than I do.
Oh, you would,
I don't know
dude.
anything.
Like if you like old baseball players, there's so
Yeah.
many fucking classic guys
Right.
in this, and they're amazing.
Yeah, there is.
I got Reggie Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Do
Did you
you?
get Bo
yeah,
Jackson?
Reggie Jackson's my DH right now.
Wow. What's
yeah,
his rating?
97. 97.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I so got Reggie Jackson. I got the fucking Ricky Henderson.
Are you? Oh,
yeah.
dude,
I
one
got
of my favorite.
I got a 99 Ricky Henderson.
What?
Oh, shit.
yeah.
You just steal every base? What do you
yes,
do?
I do.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then, and then
Freaking
I got a
amazing.
97 Biggio.
Woo, Craig. Look
Yeah.
at you.
So my leadoff is
Nice.
Ricky, and my second, my number 2 spot is Biggio, and then I got Springer, I think, is batting third, and then Reggie
Jerry?
Jackson.
It's funny. I've never paid attention to baseball. I can't stand watching baseball. I can't. I've never watched. So all my knowledge is up through high school because one of my best friends was a huge baseball nut. We collected cards together, and
Yeah.
so I learned baseball just from him. That's why I know all. That's why I know some of this. Ricky, that's awesome. You got a 99 Ricky, bro.
Yeah, they have these things when you get a certain amount of XP, you get
Yeah.
to unlock and you get to choose one of like several players. And so
Yeah.
at some point I got to him and there was some 99s. I saw Ricky. I saw the 99.
Do you
99
get a
speed, 99
steroids
stealing
booster pack
base.
from the 90s?
For
No,
Sosa,
But they
does
got
Sosa come with a steroid?
they got
booster?
Sosa. They got
Comes with the
McGuire,
needle.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Sosa's bat breaks and
Just
and
juice.
cork goes everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
No, I'm kidding. It's great.
That's
man.
awesome, though, man. That is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm having such a blast playing it, dude. Honestly, it's all I want to play right now. And for my birthday, which is on Wednesday, Kate surprised me today. I gave it to me early. She got me the backbone because I went back to iPhone and I was using a Kishi before, so I missed it not having the handheld. So now I'm going to be in bed, fucking playing baseball.
That's awesome.
Probably and Vampire. I'll get back to Vampire Survivors. And shit.
Playing with your wooden balls. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, for
Good.
sure.
In bed. It's an appropriate place.
I still can't believe that game's in Game Pass now. You know what I mean? 3 years
awesome.
in a row. It's an expectation. People don't even care.
I'll Phil. The minute Phil had an opportunity to get
He
it,
jumped.
you knew
He-
that was they laid down big money for that game to become
Oh,
Game
yeah.
Pass.
Well,
He
they've
knew
needed a
there was an
baseball game for
opportunity.
so long
Yeah.
now.
and he knew that was an opportunity he could not miss.
No,
Like that-
because now both
matter.
platforms
Yeah.
have a baseball game,
Yeah.
but it's a Sony first party, and it's in Game Pass. They're
And
not
then
even
MLB
offered
is
it.
And-
making
and
a ton
Mav
of
said
money
the
off of
perform-
it now.
What was that, Fuzz?
No, I'm saying, and the MLB is making a ton of money off of it.
Yeah,
now.
correct. The MLB is
Yeah.
happy because again, it's
Yeah.
for the sport. It's popular. I mean, that's everybody should be able to play sports games no matter where, especially the big ones. I mean, that's without question. And I was happy to hear Mav say that the performance was really good this year overall for the game versus, we did see some hiccups in there, in the first couple of them. So that was
Yeah.
nice to hear too.
It's there's the only issues I have in it is there's some of these stadiums they have like the fake stadiums that they make for like this
Oh,
fake
yeah.
global league that they have.
Yeah.
So you'll play
Yeah.
like at this against the kaiju and it's like this Japanese themed team or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have this Japanese themed stadium and like on some of those stadiums there's like some artifacting on the walls and stuff on some of them. It's really annoying. Besides that, I haven't had an issue. The only other thing I did notice is there was a batter that had this his sleeve was too high and his arm was like hollow right here.
That's awesome. Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
noticed
That's
that.
old school.
Yeah,
That's like
but
360 days. We used
Besides
to
that,
get
I
all the
haven't
time.
noticed anything wrong. And the most impressive thing, though, because if you play baseball games, you're a sports gamer and you play them online, you know that latency is a huge fucking issue with sports games online. Somehow this year, it's fucking like almost like it is offline. I don't get it. Yeah, it's been a problem for forever, but this year that they've somehow fixed that. So I've been having a blast. I could talk about the show for like 3 hours right now because I'm in
Now,
love, in love
did
with it
they
that
add
much.
the pitch count on this year's MLB The Show? Because I don't remember the pitch count.
I've
Because
been
that's implemented in MLB
yeah.
right now.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know if
think-
I've ever come across it yet.
Yeah.
Because I've
because I
usually take the guys out and stuff.
because I don't remember seeing a timer just winding down.
Oh, the
But
clock,
I
that
could
pitch
be-
clock.
Yeah, pitch clock.
Okay,
new
you said
rule.
count. I thought you were saying
Count,
pitch count
yeah.
refers
Oh,
to how many
sorry,
pitches
sorry,
a
sorry,
pitcher's
sorry.
pitched. Pitch
Yeah,
clock.
I'm tired,
I don't
bro.
know. There's no pitch clock. I
Okay.
haven't seen the pitch clock. Which
They'll
would
probably have it next year for the rule.
So
I
next
hope,
year
I
is
hope they
that
don't
new-
because I would like to
Make it
just
optional.
put the controller down, you know, when you're pitching sometimes, and if I forget to pause it or whatever. I do think that what they've done in the past, if you don't pitch for a certain amount of time, you throw an automatic intentional ball. They've done that
Oh,
before.
okay.
Like an intentional walk thing or something like that. I can't remember what they've done. Anyway,
Gotcha.
Sports.
sports. We started with sports. We're ending on sports.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. Thanks all for listening
Speaking
to
of
the
sports,
show.
we need a good NASCAR game again.
Oh, here comes Fuzzy with the racing. Here
We do
go.
need a good NASCAR game, Fuzz.
Daytona.
Is there somebody
Why
making
do
one, Fuzz?
we?
The newest
Motorsport
one got
Games
delayed.
made was it NASCAR Ignition, and it's been a pile of dog
Oh,
poo
okay.
ever
Bad.
since. And I think there was supposed to be a meeting between the NASCAR officials and the leadership over at Motorsports Games, but something about that company seems like a scam, like kind of like a money laundering thing, because everything they've touched as of recent has kind of gone downhill.
Wow.
Fuzzy, you know, when I first met you, I never thought you were a conspiracy guy. And as the years have gone by, I just realized that you were one of the biggest conspiracy guys out here. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the pandemic hit and NASCAR's solution was to have video
Online
game
esports.
racing?
Yeah.
And they had the actual NASCAR drivers driving their cars, and one of
Yes.
them actually got suspended or something for like talking
Yes.
shit. I can't remember
Yeah.
who it was
Yes.
or what they did,
Yes.
but that was amazing. Who was that, Fuzzy? Somebody got
Kyle Larson said a racial term, and he got
God.
suspended for like a year and a half or so.
That's
And
what
then he
happens
came back. He
Video
came back to a new team, a better team than what he was on, and he won. I know he won at least one championship. I think he may have won two since
Wow.
he's been with Hendrick.
Wow.
So he went from like a mid-tier team to top-rate team and got
So
at
you
least a
got
championship.
punished and then wound up winning in the end, is what you're saying,
Yeah.
Fuzzy, for being a fucking moron. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Oh, geez. What game were
I
they
heard you
playing?
fucked your baby sister. No, it's okay.
What were they playing a NASCAR racing game when they did it? Like,
There's a company called iRacing, which way back in the day, Papyrus, which if you ever hear me talk about NASCAR 2003, it's still one of the best PC NASCAR racing games where mods today still make it a living, breathing game to some extent. But the people that made that went and started, or one of the guys went and started his own company and decided, instead of selling like, a game every couple of years, why don't we make them do a subscription? And they did that back in the early 2000s or like mid 2000s. And iRacing went from like, a few of the actual NASCAR drivers and like serious sim racers, paying like a monthly fee to race, to now hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people playing all kinds of different racing series online. But it's like not, the one thing I don't like is that you're paying $10 a month always, and you're like you can only do online racing against people, which I mean, the better tiers are cool. We don't have as much wreck fests and stuff like that, but on occasion I rather just do a quick race against AI, and they don't have it where you can have a downloaded version on your PC that you don't have to like once you stop paying that subscription, it's invalid and no longer usable. So that's the only thing I don't like about the subscription thing. But
there was a new racing game that I think got a trailer today or yesterday maybe, where it's like Wreckfest, but you actually go around like a track. So like it has a lot of destruction physics. I can't remember what that was called. Ejected. It's like you can like fly out the windshield and shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was
It's
another
basically
game
like
that,
Wreckfest
Flat
2.0 with a little bit of BMG drive mixed in. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Although it's not going to be like a serious racing game. But
It's more like just
for fun.
Fuck around.
Yeah. Smash things, fly out the window like GTA, and be like, oh, instant, wasted.
Speaking of, how about that Twisted Metal teaser trailer?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my!
Wow, that's
Is it
going to be an
bad?
amazing show.
Oh my! Wow! I was expecting like I had low bar set, right? I okay, whatever.
Yeah, I
watched. I was, what?
I don't know if that thing is going to do well. Like I hope it does, so we actually see a Twisted Metal game. But I don't know.
Did Jaffe even fucking write off on that? Like, I approve this message.
I think he said on his show that they did not involve
He shit on the show?
I think that he said that he told them that he was available, but I don't think they ever picked up the phone. I can't remember for sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, if anybody listens to Jaffe on a regular, but I think that one of his shows he confirmed that. They didn't talk.
How weird is it for them to make a TV show that they haven't made a game for in like 15 years?
Correct.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to announce a comeback of a Twisted Metal game.
Well, the
here at
last
some
one
point.
didn't do well.
No.
Wasn't the
Without
last
the-
one only on like PSP?
It was,
No, it was on 3. A PS3 game.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was what, Twisted Metal Black, I think?
No. Twisted Metal Black was PS2, wasn't it?
Yeah, this
Twisted Metal
was
Black
this
was
is
PS2.
Twisted Metal
Yeah.
3, I think.
Yeah, or something like that. I can't remember.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just
Twisted
called
Metal
Twisted
Black
Metal
was
again.
definitely
Yeah.
PS2 because I remember we played the hell out of Twisted Metal Black.
Okay.
That was freaking amazing. They had the Rolling Stone song and everything.
Yeah, the last one was kind of different, wasn't it? Like it wasn't.
I don't remember because I didn't play it. I know that for a fact.
I remember
I think
it
the
got-
last one didn't have like some kind of like story campaign or some shit.
Yeah, it got killed in the reviews, I think.
Yeah, because I think Black was didn't they have like a black car with missiles that you can shoot off the side, and it was like what was it, an agent, like Men in Black kind of car? Was that
Don't
the
remember.
in
It
Not
was
too
it
long,
was
man.
just called Twisted Metal.
Oh, okay. So they
Yeah.
went to the reboot route and it didn't turn out.
Yeah,
well.
Twisted
Yeah,
Metal
the
Black
reboot
came
was
out
shit.
in 2001 on the and then there was a long absence. There was Twisted Metal Head On as a PSP game. There was Twisted Metal. It was just what it was called. It was like a reboot, I guess. It was just called
Yeah.
Twisted Metal, and it was on the PS3. It didn't do as bad as I remember. It's got a 76. I just remember people not liking it.
Yeah, if it's not a 90, it's trash. Remember?
That's right. I'd never played it. It looked different to me for Twisted Metal. But
We do need a car combat game to come back one way or another. Car combat is
yeah.
missing.
I liked what was the other games?
Mario Kart?
No, it's like Vigilante 8. Vigilante 8.
Yeah, Vigilante.
Yeah.
Vigilante 8 was great. Yeah, it was really good for the time. But I could definitely see a car combat game coming back here.
Why
So,
isn't Microsoft
Contraband, maybe.
maybe it'll be kind of like
You
that.
have
I mean,
a
Mad
multiplayer?
Max had a little bit of combat to it,
Yeah.
car combat as well,
Yeah.
right? So
Rage
there was some
2.
of that. Rage 2.
Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts?
No,
No,
No.
god damn it.
no, no. Shout out
Screw
to all
your
you Banjo
goddamn
lovers.
banjos.
I don't want Banjo. I don't want Conquer. Come
Yeah.
back. I'm sorry,
Well,
folks.
PlayStation
I-
tried
Conquer
Destruction All
doesn't
Stars.
work. Conquer wouldn't work nowadays because they couldn't
Too
get.
spicy.
Well, no,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
no.
High End Life was
Well, it's not the spicy. It's the iconic movies that they portrayed in that video game. Matrix. There was a lot of stuff that they used that was like Saving Private Ryan. There's haven't been that real memorable type movies.
Well, they could
that
do
they
a
could really
Marvel.
pick.
They could do
Yeah, but
John Wick.
they're all gonna. That's just couple movies. So it's harder this time around for them to do a Conquer. Plus, they would be a little PC. I think they would be a little PC with it, politically correct, just because how, depending on who picks it up and does the game.
Yeah.
Unless you like Squanch Games, if they did it,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there is.
They
a
got
way that they could do
raunchy.
it. Yeah, they got around it. I mean, it was not PC. I'll give them.
oh
that,
god,
for sure.
no, that game was great. I loved
Hey,
it.
anybody excited for Lawbreakers? Cliffy B's making a move. He's trying to bring this thing back. He really is.
Yeah.
Didn't they say that someone who owns it? He came out and said that someone owns it or something.
Yes,
I forgot
yes.
who it was.
Nexon or something.
Yeah, I think it's Nexon or one of them. But
Yeah.
he's gone. Supposedly, the rumor is now, because he said it on Twitter and he hit him up. But the rumor is that he's officially asked them if he could bring it back. And some of the rumors are free to play, and he's gonna try to bring it to Xbox and release it across the board. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people liked Lawbreakers. So
And they said
It was pretty
Squanch
fun.
Games.
Yeah.
Squanch Games bought Radical Heights, which was his VR game, before he shut down the studio. So
okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because they want to make VR games. Squanch. That was
They
like
do?
their one passion. Yeah, because
well,
if
they
you
made
watch,
Trover.
like the interview with, not Jason, Justin Roiland.
He hasn't got a single name right.
Roiland.
No.
I know. He's on fire tonight. He
I
did
know.
get Hogue. I mean, we will give him Hogue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
because
what's
Hogue's the
Hogue's
man.
What's Hogue's first name? Got him.
Dan.
Richard.
Dan.
Oh,
He just
Richard.
went Dan Hogue. Okay. All right.
Dan Hogue.
It's his brother.
Oh shit.
I didn't know his name was Dick.
It's Rick.
Rick.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Richard.
Yes, but he goes by Rick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Rick. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Sorry, Psycho.
Sorry.
Put you on the spot.
Dude, it's fucking 12:30 at night.
Get
All
on
right.
fire. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but this was happening at 10:30 at night too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I did leave, stepped out,
He's had
and had a
ice cream.
smoke.
He's had Twizzlers. You
I had a
know, it's-
smoke or
He's on a
two.
sugar high because he's all natural. He's all natty.
Yeah,
Organic.
Yeah, he's
Organic.
organic.
Gotta love
Yeah.
it, bro.
mushrooms.
Gotta love Psycho. You're right, Caitlin. We do. We do.
Vik The CLiCK with the $2 super chat said Smash TV can be a show.
Oh, Smash TVs.
Wasn't that the
amazing.
Aerosmith game?
No.
There was
No,
that game-
Smash TV was an
No.
fucking like
It's
it was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
80s.
What was it? There was
fucking,
an
like,
arcade game that had Aerosmith
yes,
in it. That
there was an Aerosmith game. Yes, I know
but
what
it
you're
was.
talking about.
I don't remember. It had a name that was different. It wasn't like it had anything to do with Aerosmith.
Get a grip?
No.
Aerosmith Guitar Hero.
No.
No.
Stay high. FFF with the $2 super chat says, "What about a modern day Army Men game?"
They do
There
have
was
Play like
there
toy-
was
toy
one that came out
soldiers.
like
Yeah.
there was one that came out
Where's
like 2
that-
years ago. I think it was
Where's
like
that one that guy keeps posting on Twitter?
The action
Hyperdrive
hero
or
thing.
whatever it is. What is it called?
hyper
Hyper
charge.
No,
Hyper
Yeah,
Charge.
that is
Yeah.
going to be the closest thing to a toy soldiers that we get.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. I can't wait. It looks. So
I know.
Can't wait.
A lot of people are upset and they're sick and tired of that fucking trailer.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what you gotta do when you're indie dev. He's doing it right. He's gotten a ton of attention. He got people.
Oh, yeah,
hyped
he
for
did.
it. I mean, again,
He got
it came out of
Xbox to
nowhere.
fucking-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I understand why people get sick of that stuff, but in this day and age, like self promotion, like it works. Like if you do
Yeah.
it right, and he did it right. So I mean, it works. So I gotta give him credit.
Respect the
'Cause-
hustle.
I
Yeah,
got.
respect the hustle for sure.
I gotta
They
talk
got
to
their money.
FARQ in the chat. So shout out to FARQ. He says, "Come on, it's still early. It's
meme-
It's 5:23 a.m. here in CMA land. I got you, FARQ. Hey, is what you need to do, FARQ. All right.
Are you parked out front of the CMA right now?
Exactly. What you need to do, be there when they're probably not open on Saturdays. So what you need to do is camp there all weekend. Start tomorrow morning in a couple hours. Hold your sign, and then you need to start a tea party there in the UK. Start collecting everybody's tea and crumpets and stuff, and y'all just say, hey, we're gonna throw all this shit in the fucking ocean, right? And let's you guys overturn the ABK decision, right? You need to hold your signs and stuff. You know, change can happen.
FARQ says he's only 30 minutes away from the office.
Really?
Yeah, he said that in the chat right now. He said it might go cause a commotion and protest in the morning.
Hey, AJH says, Matt, we don't all live in London. Well, apparently FARQ does live close to London, at least. I got lucky there, right? So find some, or you could say, hey, you're not going to bathe until they overturn their decision, right?
Yeah, because that's going to really hurt them.
I videotape the offices. It's a public space. It's the Freedom Act. I can record in the public space.
Down with the crown. Down with the crown.
Oh, you say that, though, you might get executed.
What do they say there?
Please.
God save the Queen.
We can't try any more accents.
That's the king now.
It's been absolutely awful tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a king now. Who's the king?
Yeah.
King George.
Charles?
Charles.
Or
Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
King Charles now? Okay.
Handsy Charles.
King George.
There
You guys
hasn't been a
are back during
George.
the
King
revolution.
George.
Jesus Christ.
I thought I went to one of his
It's
sons.
Charles. Who is George?
We got all the history buffs here.
King
folks.
George
We got all the
II
history.
was like
Thank God for
18
Jasper and I.
1500, 1700, some shit.
It's Charles. I knew it
King
was
George
Charles.
was the last King George. I think was before Elizabeth, and she came into office or monarch or
Into
whatever.
office.
and,
She came in office. And she came all over in the office.
Okay. Mav, cut the show.
Whoa.
Outros. Let's go. It's over with. This is done.
Oh my God.
We have officially gone sideways.
She came so hard in that office.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You can't-
God.
you can't talk about them like that, Psycho. I don't
Say
think.
what?
what are they
Allowed.
going to do? We live in America.
She literally came into the office. How else you gonna
We
get
do what
in
we
there?
want here. Freedom.
Um,
Unlike them damn UK bastards. King George.
Yeah.
That
I ain't
mother,
kneeling to no king.
that motherfucker, he lived 100-something years ago. What the fuck he gonna do?
oh, they got King Chuck now.
King Chuck. Yep.
Oh God.
King
Chucky. Just call him Chucky from here on out.
Mm.
Oh my God. This is real.
All right.
Are we gonna
We need
get?
Go ahead,
Psycho.
go ahead, Chance.
You
and
know,
join.
you know who may not be in the UK anymore is us.
We've only lost like 20 listeners.
We're not gonna-
Did we lose
Our
listeners?
passports have been denied. We're on the list.
The
We're on the
UK.
no-fly list.
UK is going
already.
to stop doing business with fun speculation.
Oh no. No more fucking egg McMuffins.
Yeah.
What?
No more egg McMuffins. Is that a UK
Yeah.
thing?
You think they get?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because Lupa always get mad at us because we were called like their crumpets English muffins, and no, it's
God.
not. I'm like, it's the same thing. It's the nook and crannies, Lupa.
What?
What?
You guys don't
I
remember
had
that
no
whole
idea.
fucking conversation?
No,
Dude, she would
Psycho,
get
we
mad.
don't.
Dude, she'd always get mad because I would always sit there and call her the English muffin or the crumpets English muffins. To me, they're the same, but to her, they're different. They have nook and crannies. We have crannies and nooks.
Okay. AGH says Henry VIII founded the CMA. Down with Henry VIII. Damn Henry VIII.
Henry the Eighth, I am. Henry the Eighth, I am. Henry the Eighth, I am. Down with the CMA.
Amit Kumar says Psycho is high, LOL, and then comes back and goes, or maybe I'm high. I can't even tell anymore.
We're all our buddy.
That's what we do here. That's what we do here, folks.
Mm.
Oh, what the hell is a crumpet? Yeah.
Isn't it just a biscuit?
All right. A
Biscuit.
crumpet is a
Flavorless
no.
biscuit.
It's not a biscuit. A biscuit is like a cookie. A crumpet is an English
No,
muffin.
our biscuit.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Our biscuit
no,
is their crumpet.
biscuit and gravy.
no. Our biscuits are not fucking English muffins. They're two different things.
Oh my
Right?
God.
So crumpet is like a biscuit or
An
like
English
an English
muffin.
muffin that has lots of little holes
Yeah.
in it.
Nooks and crannies, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And a biscuit
I-
is a cookie.
I do wish Lupa was here for this conversation. That's for
No,
Oh, dude, she would beat my ass.
sure.
But God damn you, fucking Greek.
AJ8 says it means scones. Scones are like
Oh
biscuits.
yeah, maybe that's what.
I don't know.
Your scones are like our biscuits. Your biscuits are like our cookies, and your crumpets are like our English muffins, but with lots of holes in it.
Yeah,
let's
we have
go
nooks
with
and
that.
crannies.
Let's
We
go
got
with that.
crannies and nooks.
Pretty much.
And their chips are like our
How
Psycho
the hell
just
did
keeps
we
saying
get-
nooks and crannies, and no one knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Luis Jose says, "How the hell do we go from conquer to crumpets?" Hey, that's what we do here, Luis Jose. You know that. We can go all over the place.
A crumpet is like a limp biscuit.
No, milk or
Conquer
lemon.
and crumpets.
with your
Let's
tea.
go.
crumpets.
Milk or lemon with your tea.
I think I
What is the
better
right
better
answer?
end the show. They're
There
the
are biscuits in our
motherfucking
chips.
nooks and crannies. They're the motherfucking nooks and crannies and that shit. Crumpets are more bouncy. Did you have to
Than
add the Shut up, the AJ. Crumpets are more bouncy than muffins. Bouncy with holes, yes, but they are fryer, not baked.
Okay, so fried. Okay.
Okay, maybe that's the difference. They're baked.
Biscuit.
They're fried, not baked.
Our biscuits are fluffier. Yes, crispy. I don't fucking know.
This is why the Fun Speculation Network has seen tremendous growth over the past couple months.
Yeah.
Is due to this type of conversation because the
Hey,
algorithm
we gained
pushes
2 viewers.
Yeah. We have had the record growth this past month, and I have no idea why after this show. But I appreciate each and every one of you.
It's
for being
it's
here
a
and helping
relaxing.
us.
No
soothing
other show had the ideas of how to get the deal passed.
Yeah,
Like
no
we
one
did
thought
here.
about war as
Nobody
our
thought
turn- our
about
turn to-
actual war.
Waterboarding.
Get the deal done.
I was just trying to say
Kill 'em all.
I was trying to say a theme park, and y'all went to war.
Hey, I just said buy plots in Scotland, and then you came up with theme park.
Burial plots for all the bodies you play in a massacre. Sick fuck. You
Hey, listen here, you motherfucker. You come up here, I'll beat your ass.
you Ted Bundy's looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who was the Netflix?
Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer,
Yeah, Jeffrey
motherfucker.
Dahmer looking motherfucker.
Motherfucker, the fuck you talking about, motherfucker?
Jeffrey Dahmer looking motherfucker. All right. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Outros.
Tell
Hey,
me my freezer.
hey Dahmer, where can everybody find you?
Got a pretty mouth.
Lord Jasper Twitter, Lord Master Jasper YouTube.
Yo, yo,
check
yo.
out the new thanks, Paul.
yo.
Thanks. Yo,
Yo,
check it
yo.
out. Lord Jasper Twitter, Lord Master Jasper YouTube. Check out the new Starfield video I just dropped last night. Make sure you watch that. AI Game News on Twitter also for gaming news updates. And then Monday and Friday, 10 o'clock right here, Fun Speculation Network, if we are not canceled. Yeah.
Yo. Fuzzy. I'm sorry for this show. Where can everybody find you?
Just man, awesome time with you guys. Thanks to everybody in the chat. For those who want to hear my rambles and rants, just follow me on Twitter, fuzzy_Belvedere. Catch me and Pong and PTK Blam on PTK Blam's channel tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 300. And we're gonna have quite a few special guests, along with one of our main special guests tomorrow is going to be Log Cognito. Check us out on PTK Blam's channel tomorrow. And then on Monday, you can find me on Xbox Lunch Break Special, 12 noon, on Double Barrel Gaming with Mr. Boomstick, Crazy Lou, and Web Dave. And then later on that evening, FSP, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this network. See you there.
Right on, Fuzz. I'm scared to
Motherfucker.
ask, but where can everybody find you, Psycho?
Yes, I'm Buffalo Bill, so you can find me everywhere. Their internet that you can find me down there. Yeah, no. Great show tonight, guys. I love it. Yes. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs, kids. Oh my god.
Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, right? Drugs are bad, okay? So no.
Oh my god.
Chat, you guys are fantastic. I love you. Good night. That's
Thanks.
where you can find me.
Thanks, Uncle Mike. Appreciate you. Pong. You contributed to this nonsense tonight, I have to say.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I do encourage some of it.
Where can everybody find you, bro?
I do disavow much of it,
Yeah.
but I did encourage some of it. Okay. Yeah. No. Great.
Can't back
show,
out now. The
bros.
war's just begun.
Yeah. Right. Guys, have fun. Right. No. This has been a great show. Obviously, a great place to come after a long week and get some laughs in,
Yeah.
along with actually talking video game news. Chat, I'm glad most of you all enjoyed it. I didn't see too many people drop out, so thank you all for sticking around for this nonsense. And obviously, we hope to see you back soon. In fact, tomorrow morning, come on over and join me and Steel, because we're going to have some rants. Steel's pretty fired up about a couple of things. So we're going to have 3+ hours tomorrow morning on living split screen, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, still on Mission 1K. We are now over 800. We are on our way, folks, but we do need some help. So continue to tell a friend, bring a friend, and jump on in over there. Then tomorrow night, the Shop Podcast, PTK Blam, like Fuzzy said, celebrating a big one. 300 is no joke in podcasting. PTK Blam's channel is finally starting to get some recognition. We're starting to see bigger chats, which is absolutely amazing. PTK is one of the best. And again, like Fuzzy said, Lord Cognito's going to be there. We'll probably have some other people jump in as well. It's a big night. So drop by, say hi, stay a while. Tomorrow night, PTK Blam's channel, the Shop Podcast, Fuzzy, myself, Blam, and many others, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. And then next week, you know the drill there. Xbox Factor Podcast, Double Barrel Gaming, Mr. Boonstick. I will continue to pump it because I love that show. Every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. All good things green on Tuesdays. And then, of course, Thursday nights, it's PM in the PM. Pong and Mav in the PM. If you didn't catch last night's show, go check it out. We went for about 3.5 last night or so, and we had a great show. We had a lot of conversation about the ABK stuff, but we did go through a lot of the cool little video game news that came out this week that a lot of people missed. So go check that one out. But PM in the PM every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time, and then back here next Friday night for Xbox Ultimate, where, as you all know, it goes crazy. So anyways, it's a golden age of gaming, people. So please get out there this week and enjoy some games. There's a lot. There's something for everybody right now. Play what you love what you play. I'm going to talk to you all real soon. Mav?
Thanks. Everybody,
You're
thanks
fine.
for being here. Yeah, go ahead, Psycho. You want to do my outro?
No.
Yeah, you can find Matt.
No.
No, you don't want me to do it.
No.
I was gonna do go somewhere bad.
Okay.
I better not go there.
But everybody, all the shows that these guys said, you can find us here. I appreciate you all. If you like the show on audio platforms, wherever you listen, leave a review for us. Maybe not about this show, especially if you're from the UK. Don't review us after this one.
Or if you're sensitive to
maybe,
accents.
Yeah, if you're
please
sensitive to
don't.
bad accents. Maybe next week. But yeah, leave a review on there. It helps people find us as well. And thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you all have a fucking awesome night. Except for the CMA. Bye.
Fuck this.